Welcome to the Backlog Chronicles.
We are a podcast that challenges fanboy beliefs
and takes a pragmatic approach to all things gaming.
We strive to create a community for self-thinking fellow gamers.
A community where logical conversation can take place.
and a drive to further one's knowledge of gaming can be sparked.
Take a seat.
Show's about to begin.
Oh yes, it is good to be back, baby.
Boys. It's
Boys?
time. It's going down.
Hello? Yes, it
Live.
is. Hello. What is up,
everybody?
baby? What's going on, man? Fuck none of this fake bullshit right now. You know when you
Yes.
you know when you see shows and everybody's got like this extra fucking fake giddiness on them. Like, hey guys.
Yeah.
No, man. Legitimately, I'm fucking pumped, man.
Always good to see you.
Always good to see you guys. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? TBC 63. Let's fucking go. Another Sunday. Everybody in the chat, you guys know who you are. Appreciate you as always. Wild Boy, Game Positive, Pompinator. Everybody else, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. This is TBC 63 on this fine 22nd of August, and we are reunited, and it feels so good. All four of us, especially with my new, what is it? You're not a new father, but like you're like a new father. Like your third
Yeah.
kid. My fucking
Yes.
son, he's back. Mike, how
A
you
new
doing,
family
sir?
member, pretty good, man. It feels,
I'll-
it does like, you know, you were saying like, oh, none of those fakes, though, you know, like they always do say like it feels really good.
Yeah,
It does.
man.
It does. It
does.
genuinely feels really good to be back.
It does, my boy. It does. I'm gonna circle right back to you. Let me start with everybody else. My first fucking son, K-Med, Kevin,
Yo.
the tech porn star. What's up, baby?
I think it's episode 62.
Is it 62 or 63? Don't
I
fuck
think
with
it's
me. right now.
62.
No,
Just saying.
no.
Maybe.
Is it?
Maybe.
Hold on, man. Hold on, dude. Hold on.
Planted
See,
the
now
seed
you-
of doubt.
Now I,
I know. I planted
now
the
I
seed
have
out,
to go
but
back and check on. Hold on, man. No, last week was 62. Don't fuck with me. This is 63.
Was it really?
Yeah, man.
Oh man, I'm one behind then.
Yeah,
All right. Then my numbers are wrong.
Not right of you, man.
Mo took his Aricept today. He's good. He's
Yeah, I
good.
did, bro. I'm on top of my shit, baby.
Maybe I was just testing you. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. today.
That's what I thought.
Mini
I
Mac
was,
can't
just,
have you-
I was just testing with you. That's
Oh
all.
yeah. What's up, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. We're gonna do some more tests later, like the vision test, like box, TV,
Oh yeah.
mic,
Yeah.
soda
All of
can.
it.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
do all that
definitely.
shit.
That's good, man. And to your to my right, your left, my other fucking son.
This way.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah.
bro. You. You.
Hey.
What's up, baby?
Not much, man. I'm just finishing chowing down here. I have been playing Ghost of Tsushima
Yes,
finally.
Yes, you have.
It's still good. We'll talk about it soon. But
Yes, we
yeah,
will.
man. Sunday I had a 3-day back-to-back at work. I'm just glad I had a break. Today is technically my Saturday. I'm just happy to have all four of us here. It's like the gang's all back together. Earth, wind, water, and fire. Let's fucking go.
Oh,
Let's
you
go,
did not
bro.
match my water technique.
Oh, shit.
Holy
I
shit!
feel
I've been
like-
watching Avatar lately too. That's crazy, Jordan. You're mentioning the elements, bro.
That's it,
Oh
bro.
yeah. All right. Well, that's good, man. I'm glad you mentioned Earth, Wind, Water, and Fire because if you watch Captain Planet and if you see Heart fucking sucks and he's like the
Yeah.
useless one. So yeah, I'm sorry for anybody who likes Heart, man, but you know I'm just not about that life. And then my other fucking son, my man, Machine Gun Mike, fresh off of his well, I don't want to say paternity leave, but yeah, or you know,
Yeah, for the
I
podcast.
guess.
Yeah, yeah, we can
I
say
guess.
that.
Sort of.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, for the past 3 weeks, it's been a little cluttered up. The wife being just super pregnant. We finally had the kid. 4 days in the hospital. Everything went really well, like especially with like kind of what's going on in the world right now. It really, I already told you this, guys, but now that we're in public, I'm going to say it out loud because whatever. No, but for real, dude, being there at the hospital and seeing these like doctors and nurses like do what they do, like I was feeling so bad and I was like, I need one of these things. And oh man, like, and I don't like that. Like I even parked away from the valet and I didn't use the valet because I was like, I got this, like I can do this, you know. And I don't know, it was just like being at hospital and seeing like the way they have to act, whether it's genuine or not. I was just like, whoa, dude, this is great. I like that or whatever. And I like I saw the work, man. And you know, shout out to those fucking people. I don't know any of those types of people, but just kidding, you guys, I love you. No, you don't. But yeah, so the baby's in, everything's good, kind of just getting back in the swing of things, trying to get scheduled back up, figuring out exactly how I'm going to consume my entertainment. You know what I mean? So I'm just, you know, adding that family member and stuff, but it's all good. Like my other family members were like, oh, you're going to get tea sets. And I was like, more controllers actually. And they were like, what? Like, yeah, you know how it is. But yeah, everything's all good. It does feel good to be back because I have not talked about gaming in quite some time. Yeah. So I'm ready to,
you're ready to pop?
Yeah.
Good man.
Good shit, man. I'm happy to hear that, dude. Everybody's congratulating you too. Brizzle, what's up,
thanks,
man?
Guys.
Good to see you. Ains, my brother, good to see you. He's congratulating you. Sarko's congratulating you. And Brian, my man, good to see you. Congrats from him as well. Congrats are in order from all of us.
Awesome.
Happy
Thank you guys very much.
You, man. Just don't fucking leave again because I can't do production shit on the show, okay? So
got you.
No more babies.
Yeah, I start to get fucking sweaty palms and shit, man. You know, I don't even know how to play a video in the background, bro. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that.
How are you, Mo?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Busy week. A lot of shit going on, and you know, everything's Gucci, man. You know, haven't really been playing much here and there, but I'll get into that in a second when we ask you guys what you've been playing. And it's been one hell of a week, man. You know, we've had a few slow weeks, and then this week just kind of like, whoosh, you know, especially these past. We'll get into it, bro. Everybody knows what the fuck we're talking about. Everyone knows what we're talking about, but we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, so let me start with Kevin first. Kev, my boy.
Yo.
What you been playing, bro?
You know, I dabbled in a couple different things. I went to Game Pass and I downloaded 12 Minutes and played that and finished that. And I actually played is it Recompile because Jordan was playing that, and that's actually kind of solid, I guess. I don't know if I like it, but it's solid. It's a solid like platformer shooter type of thing. I think I made it past the first level on that, and then I dove back into Avengers. Everybody was hyping out the Black Panther shit, and I am like really far away from you know, that storyline because I dropped it off before the Avengers even reassembled. So I'm playing through that story, but it's actually you know, the story's pretty solid. The cutscenes are good. The voice acting's fine. You know, once you get over the whole fact that it's not the Avengers that you know you you want them to be. But yeah, I'm having fun with that. It's not. I probably won't play it to the point you know, of the ultimate grind, but I'll definitely get through the story. I think it's all polished up. They changed a bunch of inventory shit since the last time I went in, so I was all confused again. But yeah, no, I've just been kind of waiting. You know, we'll get into like 12 minutes of my thoughts on that shit later. But yeah. How about you, Jordan?
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Sorry for that.
No, you're good. Go.
No, because I was asking about Recompile. I haven't even played it yet, and I was actually looking forward to it. But yeah, I'm glad to hear you're liking it. I might fucking pick it up tonight. Jordan, my fucking son. I'm sorry, bro. I know you were talking.
It's okay, baby.
Go ahead, baby. What's up? Talk to me, bro.
Like Kevin, I've been messing around with a few Game Pass things. I'm still deeply addicted to Hades. I think I've had 5 or 6 successful escapes. I'm just trying to catch up because again, I had a lot of progress on my Switch version, but that game is so freaking good. I can't praise it enough, honestly. Like Kevin, I also fired up 12 Minutes, finished that last night. I have some thoughts on it. It's an
bet you do.
interesting game. It's not for everyone. It does some cool things. It does some clunky things. But I appreciate what the creator was going for, and I certainly love the voice talent that's there too. Quake Remastered's on Game Pass, and I think we made a post a couple days ago about us getting a group together after the show to play some games. So stay tuned to that. Recompile is pretty cool too. I think it's labeled as like a 3D Metroidvania, and I got past the first level too, Kevin. It's got some. There's really no hand holding in that game. You kind of figure out where you're supposed to go, and it's a lot of strange platforming. But it's kind of cool though. It's worth at least just firing up to see if it'll pique your interest. But I also did Mortal Shell because they put out a free roguelite expansion. Again, more roguelites, so hello. That's actually pretty competent. I did like 2 or 3 runs of that one, and it kind of mixes up the formula of the base game. It still has the whole Souls DNA in there, but again, just a lot more is at stake because it's a one life run. and like I mentioned earlier, I finally got around to picking up Ghost of Tsushima with the director's cut. Tsushima, and man, it's really good. It feels so like strange to see that I'm enjoying all of these PS4 games on my PS5, but like it still looks and plays like phenomenally. And the DualShock integration, because I'm a fucking DualShock stan. Anyone that says otherwise, oh my god, this is embarrassing.
Just remember
DualSense.
Yeah, well, just remember the cost.
I know this is going.
How much it costs to fix.
I know. I hope it doesn't break because literally the DualSense in this game. I don't know if you guys recall or if any of you guys have played it on your PS5 yet, but when you're near an artifact, you have those fireflies that will kind of buzz. The DualSense vibration is 3D, like it's positional to where like the vibration is coming from this direction. And I was like, is this really happening? It's so freaking cool.
That is badass.
And I can't praise it enough. Yep.
Returnal is like the head positional. You can actually feel like if something is vibrating by you, it's like in all parts of the controller. It's not just like right and left.
It's amazing. That tech is really friggin' cool, and I will repeat that till I'm freaking blue in the face. But aside from that, beautiful game, really really pretty, just all around. That title card sequence is just phenomenal. It gave me chills.
Yes.
It really is that good. I
saw it finally.
Viral. The only other game that I think did a really cool intro like that was the 2016 Doom. Because it was when he just punches the elevator screen and then he shotgun.
Fuck, let's go. So good. Sorry. Damn, game. Jordan.
Fucking game, dude.
I didn't know we were going there, bro.
Mike, I know it's been a while. You want to talk about Avengers or some shit?
I will. I do. Yes, Jordan. I am so happy you're playing Ghost of Tsushima 2, by the way, man, because like I wasn't that into the upgrade and all that stuff. I was going to get to it eventually, but yeah, just seeing screenshots, I'm like, I definitely want to jump back in that world. And hearing you, talk about it, like so good, dude. And Hades as well, bro. I was so impressed with it. The art style, I was impressed with that. I just kept dying, right? And they always had different dialogue. And I was like, I'm going to catch you, game. I'm going to catch you slipping, and I'm going to hear a repeated dialogue. I didn't until after 20 some odd deaths. So they had it just... Every time you die, you progress. Every time you die, you progress with the individuals in the lobby, which is so good. So good, man. I really like that game too, by the way. All right, and then I got Guilty Gear Strive, and I played that quarter circles instead of down forwards or back forwards. That's all I got to say about that game. Hard on the thumbs, bro. It's a different type of fighting game. Elu, if you're here, bro, shout out. All right, so I played Avengers like Kev, but I'm a little bit like completed on that. But mainly I'm going to talk about Black Panther right now. This is going to be like a subpar like review, I guess, of it and what I expect because I was paying so much close attention to this game. Okay, Black Panther is good. It is that different from the rest of the game. There are no reused assets, which is good. Let's just talk about Black Panther himself. His animations are very good. They're very martial arts, okay? His combat is just as different as Kate's was from the original 6 or whatever it is. Hulk. Like, Hulk is just as different from everybody else. Black Widow's just as different. Dude, Black Panther is just as different, man. Like, honestly, bro, I get this game gets hate, man, but there's some shit that these 5 major ass publishers or studios do, and dude, they nail it. But that doesn't go like it's not untouchable, because it very much is. The story was good. They break away from a lot of the main campaign. Like, it is very much its own little bit. And like, there was a few times when I was playing it where I was like, whoa, I forgot I was playing an expansion to an Avengers game. Like, they showed up in the scene and I was like, oh yeah, I'm playing that Avengers game. Holy shit. I thought I was playing a Black Panther game, kind of. The villain's done pretty good. The voice acting, once again, just to add on to Kev, I think Christopher Judge... Yeah, so I think there's a 50-50 split between the community. Okay. I think he does have that raspy voice. There are times where it's like good, though, and it's normal. You do hear a lot of Kratos, though. That's, I mean, but as a Kratos stan, I'm kind of like...
He's Kratos.
It's easy. Yeah, you know? But then you got the guy who plays Deadpool playing Iron Man. He's another very famous voice actor. I forgot at the top of my head right now, but and so I hear Deadpool, but anyways, whatever. Besides that, Black Panther's combat is very solid. There's still a lot of major bugs, so if you are about that solo play, I recommend that, honestly. That's what I did for most of the game. Only if I'm trying to level up and grind, I do it with other people. But I beat it in 2 sessions, so it's about like 4 or 5 hours, depending on how much you're exploring and how much like you want to grind out his abilities and stuff like that. Now, there's still those same problems, man. Spawning at the beginning of a level, like right in the center of the ground, away from the spawn point, and you can't move, and you have to quit out. Like, these are the things, man, that just like, whatever the production happened, I get that like there was some mistakes and like being split up and being at their homes, like they couldn't do everything they could, but it is still buggy, man. I'll tell you that. I definitely recommend playing it on solo, but it was a worthy expansion, and it gets me hyped for their future stuff. And it's still at that same level where it's like, I'm not going to go out of my way to like praise it, you know, but I'll definitely say it's not bad. Yeah, I'll definitely say it's not bad, and it's worth the try. You know, it's at least worth getting your guys up to level 50, you know? Yeah. Nathan Drake. Who plays Nathan Drake?
Nolan North.
Yeah, and he does that scream that's very Nolan Northy. Yes, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, that's Deadpool. Whatever. But anyways, yeah, Black Panther is good to go, guys. It is good to go. Worthy expansion for sure. Had a good time.
Shit, man. Glad to hear that. Good. Yeah, I've I still haven't uninstalled Avengers just because of you, even though it's taking up a nice fucking chunk of my internal on the Series X. But
I got it on my Xbox right now, guys.
I know, bro. I know. You're honestly the reason why I have not uninstalled it yet. So
anytime, man.
Yeah.
There's gonna be where you think it's shit, and then it clicks with you, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, okay, like it is cool, like I get it or whatever." But until you kind of get through the mud at the beginning, there,
I got you. That's good, man. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, and you got some gaming in too, with a new baby at home. That's good shit.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Diego's asking, Mike and Jordan, how the visit went.
Yeah, some gamers might call it sweaty. Others might call it try hard. I just call it a good time, guys.
Brought over some pastries that day, and he's like, "Come on in, Jordan." I was like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Okay."
Before he even knocked, I was there. Before he even knocked.
That's the truth, actually. That's the truth. As soon as I got to the door, and then the rest is history.
Good shit. Oh yeah, still fucking jealous about that, by the way. But
it's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah,
one day, boys.
I'll live until at least 80, so we got at least like that much time. At least.
All right, well that's good, man. Me. Yeah, I haven't. I was telling Jordan earlier, actually, when I was talking to him. I haven't really played much this week. I'm kind of like at that point right now where I'm like, I don't feel like I don't feel like putting in or like dedicating my time to like a specific game. Like lately, I'll get on and then I'll just finish Splinter Cell Double Agent, because it's just familiar. I did play 12 minutes, which we'll talk about.
I'm very interested.
What else did I play? Usually I depend on Jordan for that. He can remember what I play better than what I can, so I can't even fucking
oh shit!
It's very true.
Oh, I did get on PS5 that night. Oh, I played Dragon's Crown with you and AIDS.
Oh, we were all in party chat. We didn't get to
we were
fucking
all in
group
party chat. Yeah,
tutorial
apparently, yeah.
shit.
Yeah, so we all
Right.
bought Dragon's Crown, and apparently we were all supposed to get in together, and then Elu was supposed to join us, but he couldn't. He was a little occupied that night, so
Yeah.
we were like, yeah, let's just do this quick tutorial, and we'll all get in. And the fucking
hours
tutorial's
later.
long, bro, so we all just bullshit with each other, and nothing, like, we didn't even get to play together.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah.
It's actually
Like,
a pretty cool game.
Dragon's
I've
Crown?
never played it. I'd never
It's
played
pretty
it before.
cool. Yeah, I've never played. I own it on Vita, and I never actually played it. It was like it was $5 on the summer
Yeah, on the
sale on
sale.
PlayStation.
Yeah, well,
so,
what characters you use, Mo?
I think you were the
The
Amazon.
Amazon woman.
Easy Wonder Woman. I just know these characters, dude. That art style is so specific. Holy
It is,
shit,
bro.
I like it.
When you say you know these characters, you mean you know their physique, like their build?
Yeah,
and how
for
they're
sure, for
portrayed?
sure, for sure.
I got you. I'm playing as a
The
sorceress.
merchant lady, man. It's all about the merchant lady.
She's like, welcome.
Yeah,
Jeez, yeah, she's all about
yeah.
it. She's
I like
great.
it so much. I made a YouTube
Undulating.
video.
Oh yeah, the merch,
Undulating.
yeah, the merch
100%,
lady is,
Kevin.
yeah. That merch lady is, yeah.
I think I actually know which lady you're talking about, and I've never played the game, so
Ridiculous.
I don't know what that
It
says
is
about me.
ridiculous.
We're talking like. Do you remember the Dead or Alive games on the
Yes,
original
yes.
Xbox? Okay, so do you remember the jiggle in the Dead or Alive game? Like we're talking that level of jiggle,
Yeah,
Yeah.
jiggle.
But
Yeah,
comic book
yeah.
paper.
like unnecessary jiggle.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
just standing still jiggle. Yeah.
Stand still.
Let me see. It was better than Amazon.
Oh god.
What did Wild Boy say? The Netflix guy, the Disney Plus robot, or the Hulu guru?
Oh jeez.
Come on,
Oh,
man.
come on, Wiley. Get out of here.
Come on, Wiley. Come on, bro. Okay.
I'm gonna time you out.
Yeah. So that's about it, honestly. And then I'm sure there's probably something else that I wanted to play to try recompile, but I never jumped into it either. Yeah. Okay. Got a lot to go over this week. It's been a hot and especially these past 48 hours.
Hot and sweaty week.
Hot and sweaty, baby. First, let's start with a really quick touch on it. Okay, so Last of Us Part 2. I promise this is not a discussion of the story or whatever. It's just about multiplayer. So what the confusing thing is, Naughty Dog did say before the game launched that they were going to delay the multiplayer for The Last of Us 2. And they said because, it's going to be its own standalone, blah, blah, blah. We're sorry to disappoint and whatever. Apparently, like, it's gotten that popular. Some data miners uncovered some multiplayer assets from The Last of Us Part 2 itself. And they said that there's plans apparently for some type of battle royale. This is interesting to me. I could tell you guys the details of the, I'm not going to bore you, but the point is, they did show there was like some maps, there was a couple maps that were shown and some game modes and whatnot. The maps, points of interest as well in the maps that include like a motel, gas station, and estate. The only thing that was interesting to me is because, since Naughty Dog since Naughty Dog never officially stated that there was that this was going to launch with the game, it was always presumed. Today I was having a conversation with some people on Twitter, after this whole Halo thing, and some people pointed out to me, they said like, hey, they never actually announced that it was going to ship with the game. They just announced that there is going to be factions. And I think everybody was just under the assumption, at least that was my initial thought. Then I thought about it and I'm like, then why are they, if it was never announced with the game, which it wasn't, if you go back and you see, but why did you announce that it was delayed then? That was the thing. Like, why did you make an announcement that it was delayed? It didn't make sense to me. Like, if something did not have a release date and it was not promised with the launch of the game, but then you still came out and said like, hey, we're going to delay it. It kind of seems like maybe they were thinking about packing it in with the game clearly, since these people are data mining shit for the multiplayer. But I think at the last second, they kind of like pulled it and they're like, all right, man, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do this. So take that as you will. But anyway, yeah. Last of Us Factions. Last of Us.
I like that
Feel you,
better.
Mo. Yeah.
The factions.
Last of Us Factions. Yeah, I know, Sarko. I'm sorry. I know it's the bane of your existence. I promise, no story. But yeah, Do you guys have anything you wanted to add on to this? No? Okay. Mike, nothing?
Yeah, just real quick, like, if they do... See, this kind of comes up into my head as... And I know every game does this, and we're going to have this conversation later, and it's like, when you release a game, and the developers have a chunk of content, and they don't release it with the game, is it an incomplete game, or is it just like, oh, we'll release it later as a premium edition?
Too early for this shit right now.
You know what I'm saying, man? Like Ghost of Tsushima, that's the same fucking case, man, where you're just like, oh, like they could have put Iki in the game and all this other shit, but then you couldn't sell director's cut and you couldn't make another $5 billion or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
But they also released a standalone fucking online portion that no one expected.
Oh, that's what I meant. My bad. Exactly. That's the better example is Legends. Yes, exactly. You know,
Legends
like why didn't that come with the game, man? What the fuck?
No
Oh, but it's free though.
No, but no one knew about it. They never
That's
ever
true,
mentioned
right?
anything about a
Right? They were
multiplayer.
just like, here you go.
That's why it was such a surprise.
I feel you, man.
When it was released. So
I feel you.
You got to give and take here and there. Yeah. But
Right.
we'll
But
definitely-
anyways, yeah, with that data mine files, they said they found like 3 huge areas that were multiple floors. I want to say like it was the place where the main protagonist, what's her name, Ellie, goes and finds Abby. So I think it's that like that waterfront area. There was some other thing where it was like some hotel. I want to say where Abby is like going through all the it's like a split in half hotel kind of.
the dilapidated one.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah. And so like these areas being as big as they are, and if you've ever played Factions, hardcore multiplayer, it's like you start with nothing and then you go out into the field to find supplies to kill the enemy players with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, having a big area like that, semi battle royale, like, I mean, shit, imagine 7 versus 7 or something. I think that would be pretty cool. But I would love to see Factions 2, man, because I played Factions 1 quite a bit back in the day when the remastered version was like still hype. Yeah, dude.
Okay.
And I would love to see it if it's true, but if not, whatever. I like that game a lot.
No. I mean, it's coming. They said it's coming. It's gonna be its own standalone. And then Naughty Dog said like there are like whenever like they have there was like some job posts, you know, where like they're looking for certain types of programmers, and then the description will say our first standalone multiplayer game, so everybody knows it's Factions. You know what I mean? So they did announce it from before, but yeah, dude, that's cool, man. I never played the first one. I never played it, but I know it has a hardcore following, just because of you know the way that it's made. So that's cool. We'll see what happens with that. Okay. Next order of business, my boys, is the fucking Hysteria. That is the 4K user option for the Series X consoles.
God, man, that seems like so long ago now.
Oh my God, doesn't
it really
it? With
does.
all the shit that's happened over these last couple of days, isn't it amazing? Like nobody's talking about the user interface anymore. So a small bitch session here, but anyway, Xbox, they said that one of the most requested features from the Xbox insiders using the Series X console has been the 4K user interface option. Okay, now with the PS5 launching, and this is I'm getting it from Season Gaming over here. Visit seasongaming.com. And it says with the PS5 launching with a 4K UI, many users now are sporting 4K TVs, and it seems like an obvious choice. But they said. The latest insider group that the latest alpha build features the option for a 4K user interface. This changes means home, guide, and other areas of the UI will be displayed in a higher native resolution for increased sharpness and text readability. Now, where this started to become an issue, and I have no fucking idea why it became an issue, is within the community, within the Xbox community, unfortunately, because I got into a couple of conversations with some people. Anybody who has a PS5 and a Series X, if you guys switch back and forth, okay, and again, this is not fanboying because we don't fucking do that shit, but when you switch back, I mean, we're not talking about the functionality, we're talking about optics, how it looks. When you switch over to the PS5 user interface, you'd be blind not to notice, that it's sharper. it's definitely sharper, especially with that HDR kicked in. It's there, you know. I mean, and it's also something nice. You know, you just paid $500 for a machine, 4K user interface, blah blah blah. You know, so let me get off my train of thought over here. Ryan, I love you, man. Appreciate you, bro. I hope somebody takes advantage of this. I'm gonna keep it up here, my fucking son. So,
Coming through again, Cloud.
anyway, so yeah, what we were saying is, or what I was saying is, you can definitely see the difference. You know, if you talk to people who own both consoles and who are really just more objective about these types of things. When Xbox announced this, and they specifically said that this is a heavily requested feature, some of these guys lost their shit, right? From the Xbox side, and they're like, well, it's not needed. It's going to take away from the resources of the console. I'm like, motherfucker. The Jason Ronald, who is one of the lead architects on this fucking console that you're enjoying, is sitting here telling you that it's not going to affect the games, or most likely the output either, right? What it became on Twitter is more of a, you know, because as we know, when the consoles launched, the Xbox guys said, oh, you know, Sony's stupid. They dedicated more resources to the 4K HDR user interface. This takes away, blah, blah, blah. Never mind all these fucking brilliant architects that have worked on these two consoles, but no, Twitter said so. So anyway, this became a thing, right? This became a thing. It's just like, no, I'm going to stand my ground and I'm going to put up my pitchforks in 1080p all fucking day. Okay, no problem. Clearly, you are in the minority, because if Xbox is telling us that this was a heavily requested feature, that means people saw it, they compared, and they said, hey, this will be fucking nice, especially this beast that we bought can definitely handle it. And they did it. And some people still were arguing against it, talking about resources and shit. What the fuck are you doing on my thing is like, what are you doing on the Xbox dashboard for you to be talking about resources? Are you fucking data mine? Like, honestly, bro, you talk to these guys, they sound as if like they're mining Bitcoin, you know, like on their fucking dashboard. Like, what are you doing, bro? You're flipping through your friends lists. You're flipping through the Xbox store. You're flipping through the Game Pass, whatever client or whatever it is. And you're looking at your games and rearranging your storage. Stop lying to yourself. Nothing is taking anything away from it, right? And my thing is just like, yo, they're offering this for free. Not forget for free. I mean, it's not going to be a paid upgrade anyway, but this is something that they're clearly giving us as a bonus. And you motherfuckers are still arguing about it. It's unbelievable, man. It just drove me crazy. I swear to God. Anyway, let me go around because I'm about to fucking lose my shit. Kevin, what'd you think, man? You know, since you're the resident techie over here, so talk to me, baby.
It was amusing. It seems like so long ago now, but and I'm glad you read the quote straight from you know, the Microsoft Insider. I think it was Insider Alpha Skip Ahead release. It's not even a 4K UI. It's a UI that's optimized for 4K, right? So people automatically assume that all these assets are going to be 4K, and that's not exactly it. You know, they're going to work with it. That's why it's in and I believe the Insider Alpha Skip Ahead is like the most daring ring that you get into when you test. So we probably won't see it for probably until Christmas, to be honest, or late fall. But if it all works out well. And I'm sure they're doing performance testing and trying to, you know, make sure this works. But like you said, anybody that has those two consoles, there's a crispness in the PS5 UI that is undeniable, and it just looks good. And yeah, especially if you're sitting close. You know, a lot of people play these consoles on a desk, you know, and like I sit 2 feet away, I notice it. If you're like 8 feet out or whatever, I could see you being like, I don't give a shit. And honestly, you're not looking at it all day, right? But here's the problem with this argument is that why not, right? And that's what bothered me. They're defending something that seems like it's only a positive. I mean, these aren't programmers. These aren't you know, engineers. These are Twitter users that, you know, go to work like you and I and probably do something completely different, and then have these expert opinions that they make up in their chairs. So it's just weird. It was a weird hill to die on. And I'm almost glad it's over and done with because it annoyed me. But this whole week I was just annoyed at console fans.
I'm telling you, it was more of a, but that's the thing, right? It's like instead of looking at it as like, hey, this is a bonus, it became more of like a pride thing, right?
Yes.
It's like they became more prideful of the fact that like, no, I wanted 1080p. This is unnecessary, and I'm sticking by it.
It was like I managed to get to work in my car, and I have a flat, and I've been running on a spare this entire fucking time, right? But it's fine, right? I get to work. I'm fine. I don't need a free tire. Okay, like I don't need to replace. I know you're giving it to me. I know you're gonna install it for me. I know there's nothing I need to do. But I don't fucking want it, okay? Because my spare tire is fucking fine, right? And that's the argument.
It's a good analogy.
And it was just stupid. Like, sure, it gets the job done. You're not out there staring at your fucking tire, maybe, right? But I'm lost, dude. It definitely. I blocked a few people. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. It's fucking sad. That's the thing, bro. Like even something like that just managed to become part of the whole console war. It was amazing. You know, and that's the thing. Look, man, it's really a two-way thing. That's why it's fucking annoying because you had the PlayStation fanboys who were like, oh, you guys got 4K. Oh. You know, and then the Xbox guys are like, well, we don't want it. We just want 1080p because it's fucking unnecessary. Fuck you. You know, I mean, it's just that's the problem. Like we can't enjoy anything, bro. I mean, I kind of say like nothing can just be harmonious. Anything announced cannot be in harmony. Whew. No, Jordan, my fucking son. True. What did you think, bro?
Yeah, not much to say other than the fact that it's just asinine, really. You know, especially when you hear it right from the team that there's no resource taxing on that because of this update. It's purely quality of life. Again, a user interface is solely just there for you to navigate and start an application or a game. It doesn't have to look pretty, but if it does, why not? So that's really all there is to it. You know, the Xbox UI has gone through so many iterations since the one, and again, it's you know, aside from the resolution of it, it's definitely in a really good place. And yeah, like I said, just people somehow manage to defy all reason and logic, just to bite off their nose to spite their face, spite their big stupid faces.
It's Diego. Obviously, Diego's referencing my tweet here that I said if you're over 40 and you say Xbox and pony. Oh yeah, they're my favorite words, man. Oh yeah. Oh man, that was a hit. That one was funny. But yeah, I think we all stand on I think we all pretty much see this the same way. You know, I mean, in terms of optics and whatnot. Mike, did you see this, man? Did you see the whole? You know what? You're actually somebody good too to ask because you have a PS5 and you just got your Series X, right? Like, I mean, so we've had them for a while now. So, I mean, you know, that's just something that we're used to. But I'm saying, like, for you, new eyes, right? Like, I mean, when you switch back and forth, you can clearly see the resolution bump, you know, and that's the thing. Like, people don't want to hear that. When you say that, hey, the resolution bump is nice, the way they're looking at it is, did you just fucking insult Master Chief?
What about my mom?
Like, I didn't fucking say anything. I just said the resolution bump. That's it. So what do you think about this whole thing?
Not too much. I did hear about it, Mo. The more I play on 4K, the more I do notice the difference and the more I appreciate that. So I do like little upgrades like that. I guess it just depends on what kind of hits I'm taking to get that resolution bump. You know what I mean? But in the beginning, I probably wouldn't have noticed it, honestly, if you guys didn't mention it. But yeah, man, I like 4K, you know, for sure. So I'm about that life.
Oh, shit.
Yes, you are, my friend. Yes, you are. Welcome to the next gen.
Exactly.
Next
yes.
Gen, whatever.
Yes.
Whatever the hell it's called. Okay, so anyway, yeah, man, I'm just in that camp. Just enjoy it, dude. You know, like, I mean, it's something, if you're so hell bent out of shape about it, about your fucking precious resources, that might make your scrolling maybe like a quarter of a fraction, slower, if that's
Precious
even
moments.
such a thing, then you can turn it off and go back to 1080p and go about your day. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, so more options never hurt anybody. I just
Right.
think it's such a stupid argument. But anyway, moving on, man. Okay, so CD Project Red, who can't fucking win if no matter what they do nowadays.
Seriously.
So they announced they had this like thing, it's it was a live stream for Cyberpunk 2077 patch 1.3. And the way that they made it sound like is this is basically the patch that's going to set up everything for the future DLCs, enhancements for the PS5 and Series X, and all this other stuff. You can go through. I mean, it's the longest patch notes I've ever seen. I have never seen patch notes this long, and they are long. So, but they seem to be excited about it, and they had a live stream on it with the devs, and some fucking assholes were in the chat just giving them so much shit. And I don't know why you guys fucking breathe the oxygen that you do, but anyway, they whatever. So they said mini map enhancements and new perks reset options. It's a huge thing.
Huge.
Okay, and it's already dropped apparently on Tuesday. I haven't personally tested it. I'm not going to dive back into the game until the next gen patch hits. But and I honestly have not even seen. I don't even know if I've seen any tests on. I don't think Digital Foundry's done one yet or not. To be honest with you, but this is. Look, man, everybody just keeps saying, put this game away, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's it. It's dead. It's whatever. And it's just like, well, I mean, it's not. I mean, you can keep saying that just because Paul Tassi or any of these fucking clout chasers keep saying that, it doesn't mean that this is going to happen. So they're going to keep working on the game, and they're going to keep trying to fix the game. And you don't have to play it. I mean,
I'm not playing.
We're in
it.
August, guys.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's fucking 8 months. Like, enough. Honestly, like, enough with this shit. Everybody got burned. We all got burned. I'm sure you've been burned much worse from before. It's not an excuse. Fuck them for what they did. Blah, blah, blah. I've said all this stuff already before. Yeah, they misled, they whatever, but they're fixing. They continue to fix. And I don't think that we have to keep giving them shit for continuing to fix it. You could give them shit if they completely abandon the project and they're like, you know what, man, we fucked up. Screw it, we're done. But they're not doing that. Right. Yeah, exactly. If they anthem this project, then fine. What a fucking great point, Kevin. Yeah, if they anthem this project, then fine. But they're not. They're not. I mean, so let's come on, bro. Either fucking play it or don't play it. Get the fuck off that hate bandwagon. You guys are so fucking annoying. God, like fucking children. Anyway, bro, does anybody have anything to say about this? I don't think I don't think any of us are diving back in until the next gen patch, but knock yourselves out if you guys have anything to say about this.
No, that's where I'm at, really, honestly. I'm waiting for the series enhancements to come out. Is the file size continuing to get bigger? Is that kind of what's happening?
This patch was like 30.
It's not adding on
gigs.
though. From what
Okay. It's just removing.
It's patching over a lot of it, I think. Okay. So we're not at like Call of Duty full install
200
levels. Yeah. No, not quite.
God. Okay. All right. That's all. No further questions, Your Honor.
You better
come repossess your chair.
Yes, they are. Good. Oh shit. But yeah. Anyway. Whatever. I mean, the next gen enhancement is still the fuck is wrong with me, man? Yeah, the next gen enhancement is still on track for this year. So.
Good stuff.
They're working on it, man.
I'm waiting.
I like that they're working on it. It really kind of gives me this vibe because it's like if they stop working on it, what are they going to work on next? And how are they going to make money? Or what are they going to do? Like, what are the economics behind it? So it does make me think that, like, depending on what kind of game you're making, like, once you have that foundation and if that is unstable, you got to go back and cement those little patches in or do whatever it is. And that's what they're doing because they probably did have a big future for this game. And whenever you start something and you go on and then it ends up fucking up and you got to go back and like fix everything else from the back end, on something as big as this is crazy, man. That's just wild. You know what I mean? Multiplayer and all that kind of stuff, and then next gen enhancements or whatever the case is. Rough start, man. I really like this game. I didn't beat it, but I'm gonna revisit it again whenever those updates come. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like, I have stopped paying attention to Cyberpunk so much. Like, the first hot fix, I was kind of up on it because I was like, man, I really want this game to be fixed on my vanilla PlayStation. And
yeah, you did, bro.
Right,
you, did God's work.
And so, like, I backed off from it. But every time I see this getting mentioned, I'm like, good for you guys, bro. But yeah, I like this, man. I'm definitely gonna back up.
Mm-hmm. That's good, man. Yeah. What did he? I don't know. I have no idea. I was looking at the chat. Okay. All right. So let them work on it. Let them fix it, and hopefully they'll get it to where we need it to.
Get that second and third playthrough in, right?
Yes, sir, bro. That second playthrough. Judy is waiting for me. Baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, she fucking is.
For Pan Am.
Yeah, I can wait for Pan Am again. Just whines a lot, dude. Okay. One of the other hot topics of the week, my friends, was Outriders' developer. And this was a very, very funny and interesting conversation. So the developer of Outriders, People Can Fly, they said that they have not earned any profits despite the Game Pass deal. The shooter probably hasn't broken even, says People Can Fly, even after 3.5 million players at launch. That's 3.5 million players at launch. Not sales, because I don't think we still know about that yet. So, again, People Can Fly. They said that they don't know. They haven't received any royalties from Square Enix during the game's first quarter sales, which has led them to assume that it's not yet profitable. We don't know this yet. This is just what they're saying. And they said this is despite the huge engagement numbers at launch. And if you guys remember, also Square Enix said, like, hey, this was a very successful launch. We're very happy with the Game Pass thing, blah, 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 blah. So this was actually, mentioned from before. So the CEO, Sebastian, I'm sorry if I destroy the name. Would you? I don't know. Okay. Sebastian W., he said in a statement, we do not have any sales figures for Outriders. We estimate sales to be between 2 and 3 million copies, and we assume that this result would make the project profitable already in the first quarter of sales. The lack of payment from the publisher probably means that in Square Enix's opinion, that is not the case after all. So this is obviously speculation on his end. Well, when this happened, what ended up going on, conversation started about viability on Game Pass and how Game Pass probably ruined this, and how, because people didn't pay for the game and because it was through a subscription, that it somehow ended up affecting the game. I think that's fucking stupid, and not because of, we'll get into the details why, but if anybody played Outriders, look, man, the problem is like, I felt like when Outriders launched, there was a lot of people that were trying to like will its quality into existence. It's just like, no, this is great, this is amazing. Like, you had it either where people were so happy that we're so happy with it, and rightfully so, and I feel like people were more defending it more because it was a Game Pass title. And meanwhile, you have people who actually use Game Pass more than people who talk about Game Pass. They were saying like, hey man, this game is fucking busted up. Like, there's a lot of shit that's wrong with it. I played it for a couple hours and I never touched it again personally. The game just had a lot of problems at launch, and it continued to have problems. This is not a Game Pass issue. This is an issue with the game itself. This is an issue with the fact that it was launched in a shitty state, and you just never really gave people an incentive to invest into it, to put more time into it. I really give credit to the people that actually did do that, but at the same time, like, it didn't give you that longevity thing with it, even though they said this is not a live service game, but what are you expecting from a game like this, right? Like, if you're saying that it's not a live service game, then you're pretty much like calling it finite. It's finite. That's it. Like, it's going to end at some point, so how are you going to get people to actually, invest into its longevity and keep playing and keep grinding and whatever it is? So, and the other thing too is, Game Game Pass has nothing to do with the quality of the game. If the game sucks, then the game sucks. I tweeted about that. This was pretty much the whole point of what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So this was just all fucking stupid fanboy banter at the end of the day. You know, I don't understand how these conversations continue to happen. You know what I mean? About it. It's amazing to me, honestly. I don't know what to say. I kind of like, I had a train of thought that I was going with right now, and I was gonna just fucking unload, and then I completely forgot because my dementia kicked in. Anyway, I'll pass it on to you guys, and I'll probably just jump in after. But Kevin, go ahead, man. What did you think
continue.
about this?
I have a load to drop.
Yes,
and,
you do. Drop it.
Okay.
It is a Game Pass fear. That's what this comes down to, right? Is you have these stupid fanboys out there just either jealous or concern trolling about Game Pass and what it can do, what it's going to do to the future of the game industry. I don't see them out there concerned about how microtransactions are ruining games. I don't see them concerned about gas games and those, the issues that come with that. They're concerned about Game Pass, a paid service that's completely optional, that still allows you to buy games. I don't get that. But I mean, back to the Outriders topic. I saw plenty of people buy the game outright and refund it. It just wasn't good. And at launch, it was terrible. It was buggy. People couldn't log into the service, even though it wasn't a live service game, right? It needed to be online. It just wasn't. It wasn't a smooth launch. People lost their inventories. Fuck, man. I think it took Cognito like a month and a half to get his inventory back or some shit.
I remember that.
And that whole saga, people really tried with this game. I think they had nothing but patience with Outriders, and they wanted to like it. So, yeah, man, there's no excuse here. I think they got a shitty deal from Square Enix, maybe, and they're sour about that. But Game Pass just gave them users and engagement, and the possibility of trying a game and then buying it, right? I mean, I think they would have been refunding this game otherwise. So honestly, it probably helped them, because refunds are probably a burden on their books. And here they could pimp out these engagement numbers, which they did, instead of saying, oh shit, like we got 37% refunded after week 1 type of thing. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's silly. Go ahead.
No, the other thing too. I'm sorry. The other thing is, I just remembered it. What is Square Enix like? I wonder how they look at their metrics. In terms of like what is successful to them. Right. They lost money. They lost a ton of money with Avengers. So
that's why they released Outriders early, incomplete.
Well, yeah, but Mav mentions he's like, what was Marvel's Avengers' excuse for not being profitable in Q1? I don't know about it's just. The game sucked, right? So nobody wanted to buy it. Mike, I love you. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
Hey, baby, I know the truth.
but that's what ended up happening, right? And they lost a ton of money on it. I mean, what was it? They said 60 million or 70 million or whatever it was. But the thing is, too, is they let go of the Hitman franchise. They get, they let IO to, buy it. I mean, it's their own franchise. And what Hitman 3 became profitable after like the first week of sales.
Piggyback off that, Mo, People Can Fly want to start publishing their own games after this.
After Outriders.
Yeah, I'll come back to it. You can finish your thought. I'll give you the...
fine. That's fine. But the thing is I just wonder what their metrics are in terms of like what is successful to them. Obviously, losing money is not. But I just don't know. It's there's a lot of shit at play here. Man.
Okay, so this is a PC gamer. It says working with the publisher has many advantages, disadvantages. One of them is a low impact of People Can Fly on sales activities and the incompleteness, as in this case, the lack of data obtained from the publishers in this regard. The executive concluded by saying that being largely left out of the loop on Outrider sales is one of the reasons for the studio looking to self-publish future games.
Sure.
Well, I mean, they want to self-publish future games, and they haven't even earned fucking royalties from this game yet. So I don't know how how good that's looking on their end right now. But
it sucks.
Anyway, yeah, man, I'll circle back to it, because I want to get to Jordan too. I want to see what Jordan. What did you think about this whole thing?
No, I mean, I'm bummed out. People can fly, like people have been saying in the chat. Bulletstorm, like that was an incredible game. So talk about a fall from grace from an otherwise talented studio. Like I said, all they had to do was just take the shooting from that game, and they couldn't even get the aiming right in this one. But inject that into a story, I guess, with this whole pseudo gas model. But it was just didn't feel like a finished product. It sucks because Square obviously spent a shit ton of money. They promoted the hell out of this game, but it just didn't have the quality to justify the amount they spent promoting it. And that's kind of all there really is to it. And I was one of those people that was trying to will it to be a good game because I was like, crossplay. I'll play with my buddy from work. I'll play with my other buddy. I'll play on PlayStation. And it just didn't happen. It wasn't there. I forced myself to beat the campaign by myself. I got to the expeditions, and the end game was terrible. Don't even get me started on that. But just not a good game, unfortunately. And I was hyped for it too. But like you guys said, it's not Game Pass's fault. It's solely the developers, unfortunately.
My first thing, the first time I knew that this game was not going to be good is when, believe it or not, despite everything that we heard, Bomber, our brother Bomber from GBTV, he was more hyped about this game than any human on the planet. And anybody who knows him can tell you that. When this game launched, he was so disappointed. So once actually Bomber put it down and he trashed it, I'm like, man, this must have been very, very hard for him to do so. But to go back to what we were saying, again, it's if the business. It's easy, from it's easy from a banter perspective or from a console warring perspective to sit here and to lay the blame on Game Pass or whatever. But at the same time, doesn't fucking matter, right? Like, I mean, even if it wasn't on Game Pass, and let's just say it was to be sold, let's just say they released the game and they said, hey, $60, right? After the shitty reviews and everything that after the subpar reviews that we saw. You guys really think that whether it was on Game Pass or not, it was going to have even anywhere near the fucking the engagement that it had anyway? If we're saying that it had somewhere between 3 to 3 million people that were playing it, let's just say, I don't know what they said. So they said 2 to 3 million in sales is what he's projecting. I doubt that. There's no fucking way. There's no way. No way. I would say 2 million maximum, but still. Even if it was just sales, and after everything that we saw, you would not have had the engagement numbers. It would have been a disaster. And Kevin mentioned it earlier. They would have probably had to give refunds if it was this bad, honestly. So, yeah. And like you said, Kevin, I think the best thing that actually happened is being on Game Pass. It actually helped them out. So, anyway, if you're going to fall into that whole thing, where you have to start laying the blame on services just because of your fucking undying devotion to whatever it is that you play, bro. I can't do it with you people. I swear to God. Anyway, okay. Whew. Anybody have anything else to say about this before I move on?
God, no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Let me move on to 12 minutes. So 12 minutes released, and we've been hearing a lot about it. It's by a single developer. His name is Luis Antonio. It was published by Annapurna Interactive, and it finally released. It's on Xbox and PC, and the Open Critic average for it is 77. Right now, currently on Open Critic, based on 50 critic reviews, because we don't fucking do Metacritic on this show. So we did the Open Critic 77. Seems pretty good, honestly, for a game that's made by a single person. And on top of that, obviously, he definitely had the financial backing to also get the all-star cast that he had for the game, and that includes Daisy Ridley and what the fuck's his name?
McAvoy.
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy. Yeah,
that's who you're going for.
So if you play the game, it's more of a point and click. If you haven't played it yet, it's on Game Pass. You can buy it, whatever the fuck you want, however you want to play it. But it's definitely a head scratcher in terms of, it doesn't hold your hand at all. You're expected to kind of like figure it out and tinker with it. Ains reviewed it, and I think he gave it a 7.5 on SG, which fell in line with a lot of the reviews that we saw online. And he did tell us, he's like, listen, he's like, this game is going to alienate, it's going to be either you like it or you don't, and I played it. I put some time into it. I got pretty far, for anybody that played it, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I changed my interaction with the police officer, if that makes any sense. Okay. So I got that interaction down. So, I mean, I got pretty far in terms of the acts, but the problem is, for me personally, I didn't care about, I get the whole, point and click thing. We've played point and click games before, so that didn't bother me. The only thing about it is the mystery itself was not compelling enough for me to just keep going. I got far into the story, and I asked, some people, like Jordan, I asked him yesterday, and he's like, yeah, it's pretty end, but yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to finish the game or not, to be honest with you. And this is not saying that the game is bad. Okay. This is not saying the game is bad. The game is good. It's well done.
I've heard otherwise, Mo. I've seen other people be just straight.
Are you talking about Richard Hogue with a 0 out of 10?
Oh, man, I didn't see like those. I just saw a lot of people being like, whoa, this is not what I expected. And it's just kind of like, yeah, once you guys started talking about it to me, I was like, damn it. Because I saw this video I'm showing right now where the creative process behind it, it was very intriguing. But once you guys started talking about it, I was like, no, man, it's not that engaging. Like, I feel that, like I saw that, and like I guess the only more confirmation I needed was to actually play it. But thanks for you guys. Like,
no, I mean,
that's terrible too. No, concept seems cool.
It depends on, again, it depends. Like here, Ulu's saying, he said, I couldn't disagree more. The mystery compelled me to past the interface issues. I couldn't stop playing until I found it all out, and that's awesome, man. And that's exactly what we were talking about. Is everybody's experience is going to be different with it, I mean, it's for me personally, and this is my opinion on it, is I felt like I was shooting blanks, or I'm sorry, not shooting blanks. I felt like I was shooting in the dark the whole time I was playing this game, right? There's nothing that was. I get the whole thing behind it as to like, hey, figure it out, but at the same, I was just like, what the fuck is this, man? Like, why am I taking a knife to the vent? Why am I taking a knife to the sink? Why am I throwing my knife in the fucking toilet? I mean, and I get it. Yeah, there are people that just whose neurons fire a lot faster, and they're able to come to conclusions faster than others. That's fine. I don't fucking care, right? Whatever. But I just felt like, it wasn't giving me anything at all, and it was just a guessing game, and I get it. I'm like, oh, well, and I get it. It's supposed to make you use your brain. Oh, what about if I do this? What about if I hide in the closet? Yeah. What about if I do this? I fucking stabbed my wife at one point, because I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? Right? But again, it's not because the game is bad. It was just because I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Until I finally figured it out. But that's how I felt initially when I was first playing the game, is I just felt like I was just shooting in the dark, until something stuck, and maybe that was what his intention was, and I'm happy that a lot of people appreciated that. And again, I would put it even for me, I would still put in terms of like what I would give it, 7.5, like that's pretty much how I feel about it. I like the way that it did things. I have not finished it, so it's not a review, because you can't review games unless you finish them. But
preach.
Yeah, so anyway, just yeah, that's at least my take on it. But what do you guys think? Kev, what do you got, bro?
So I did finish it. I got the true ending, I guess. I actually didn't get any of the other endings. Okay. I had to bust into a guide, because I got to the point where I was so frustrated that I was gonna quit. So I got a guide, and I went through and got a hint, and then continued on, right? And then when I got stuck again, I looked and I got another hint, and I continued on. The story was decent. The twists are good. I think they're surprising to most people. But I'm in the camp that, and I was excited for this game. Like I sincerely wanted to like this game, but a little more, some more clues in the dialogue, I think would be helpful for people instead of just trying, like you said, stabbing at the dark, trying to see like what might happen. I think some of the elements were kind of cheap. In some regards, there are some places that just aren't apparent no matter how hard you look, and the story just gets weird. And I'm all for weird, but it got pretty weird. And I think that might be part of the reason why some of these scores are lower, is that people didn't like the way it ended. That didn't bother me. I just thought the controls are super jank on a controller. I think this would be so much better on a PC with a mouse. The point and click is just jank, and the drag and drop bullshit is just jank, especially when you're nervous and you're trying to fucking do something before something else happens. So yeah, I don't know, man. This is a solid 6. The vision was there, the voice acting was dope. The tension was good, especially, before you figure out what the fuck's going on, why this guy's breaking into your apartment. Is he even really a cop type of thing, But once that starts to unravel, then it just gets kind of disjointed for me. And I think Jordan finished it with a couple endings. You know what else bothered me? All right, I'm gonna put it out there. I got one achievement playing this thing. 4 fucking hours. One fucking achievement. I flush shit down toilets. I put shit in vents. I put shit in vents. No fucking achievement. I broke a fucking flower pot. No achievement. I'm looking out the window. I went to bed. I stabbed my wife. I stabbed myself. I mean, no fucking achievements for that shit. I literally killed myself in the game. And I didn't get it. Come on. There's only 12 fucking achievements, and I got 1.
Achievement a minute.
Well, yeah.
Just say it.
Papa and Dan, they both agree with you. I'm sorry, just about the whole
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah. No, I'm glad. I forgot. I forget that I have a PC sometimes. So I probably would have enjoyed it a little more if I played it there. Yeah, that drag and drop shit was nuts. Like I don't even understand why that's a thing. Why couldn't I fucking click it and then go down and click the fucking place where I wanted to put it? Why do I have to fucking hold it? Are you shitting me right now? Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's an interesting game, and I think it will be, is it derisive?
Divisive, polarizing,
Divisive.
all that. Yeah.
Yes, polarizing between who really likes this and who doesn't.
Yeah.
And I think, I think this guy has something there. I like that top down. Actually, it was kind of neat. It was like a voyeur, situation, and I like the time loop. I guess I did like some of it. It's just the execution was weird. And and like fun speculation, Mav says there are some clues later down in the dialogue as to where, but at first it really did seem like you were just like Moses shooting blanks. You were just shooting blanks in the dark, seeing where they stuck, and that did get a little old for me, and that's when I was like, all right, I'm gonna guide this up, or else I'm just gonna quit. So yeah, that's my take on that.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny, man?
What is it?
I was just gonna say, like, this game is very much deeply rooted in old point and click games, and we had so much patience getting through those games back then, and nowadays we're like, what the fuck? I can't figure this out.
Yeah.
So that's ultimately where I stand on it too. Like I really enjoyed the production, like the art design, but the biggest thing that detracted from the experience on console especially was mostly just the user interface. There's a little bit of jank in some of the animations and dialogue, things looping when it shouldn't. But overall pretty polished. I had to mess with the cursor sensitivity. That made it a little bit more what's the word? easy just to kind of to navigate and move around. But I appreciated the twist where it went. It's I'm not going to spoil anything. Maybe we'll talk about it later. But I think a 7.5 is very much fair because yeah, the game heavily relies on you doing a lot of experimenting until you find one of those eureka moments. But unfortunately, for some people, I think that's probably the case for Mo, is, you know, when you spend so much time getting frustrated, by the time you get to that eureka moment, it doesn't mean much to you at all. Or
Right,
you kind of lose track of what you're trying to build up towards, because again, you have to do a perfect run essentially for the span of, you know, X amount of minutes in the game in order for things to fall into the right place, so to speak. Cool game though. I don't know much about the creator of it, but again, ambitious in terms of you know, how he wanted to do the presentation, and interesting story beats too. So I want to see more from this guy. I'm a sucker for anything with time loop mechanics. I'll talked about it before, but you know, we got Deathloop coming up, also about time loops. Outer Wilds, everyone needs to play that game. I keep talking about the Outer Wilds is also a time loop game, but it's a 20-minute time loop, and you basically explore a solar system. I'm changing subjects now, but that is such a great game, and it's very much an adventure game because again, it has DNA to where it is kind of like a point and click style. You have to read a lot of stuff, but the puzzles in that are incredible.
So funny you mentioned Outer Wilds, because what drove me fucking crazy with the game was the flight controls. I wanted to play it. I wanted to love it so bad, but those flight controls drove me nuts, man.
That's fair, man. I got used to it now. But I would go back to it, but I wish it would get enhanced because it still runs at 30 frames. 30 frames. But yeah.
That's good. You played it through twice, so you saw two endings. Did it? Did the second ending like change your? Does it add?
No, it didn't change my experience. Again, it's mostly just kind of how you decide you want the narrative to conclude, but it didn't radically change my opinion of the game. I'm still sitting at like a 7 for me.
Okay, I see. Mav here said, let me see. He said, I didn't realize towards the end how many clues were in the dialogue. And then he said, once I realized that I was thinking, man, I should have paid more attention to that earlier. You know what, dude? You probably just saw through the lines better than I did, because I just kept fucking playing the same shit over and over, and I'm like, what are you telling me? What am I missing? You know, so
what are you telling me, woman? Tell me.
I was so desperate.
You know, right at the beginning. I know, right at the beginning, I'm literally like shaking her, screaming, and she is stonewalling, you know, and I'm like, man, where's the divorce option? Because I'm done. I'm fucking done. Like someone's coming to kill me, and you're not telling me something. Seriously, like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
So yeah, that kind of bothered me.
Yeah, definitely. Mike, did you play it?
Man, I didn't, and I was going to watch an hour-and-a-half playthrough on some like no commentary YouTube channel or whatever, but then literally when I started prepping everything up, you guys started to talk about how boring it was, to say the least, and I was just like, maybe that's an hour and a half I could probably do something else with. But damn it, dude, I really like those voice actors or actors because I'm a film buff or whatever, but man, yeah, that sucks. Damn. I like concepts. I like creative shit like that. Like Elu liking it kind of like gives me a little bit of like okay, maybe like there is something there like in that. He is an intellectual, vein.
So
yeah, Elu's got that particular taste. I like Elu's taste. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Elu is an intellectual, definitely.
So I might give that hour and a half a small shot. You know, at least dip my toes in it.
I would.
Not buck ass nude, but dip my toes in.
Yeah. Yeah, and Dano here makes a good point. He said when I did get stonewalled, it was because I overlooked something. And honestly, man, yeah, I could see that. You know, I think it was more of a patience thing with me.
It was.
You know, I mean,
that's what I was saying, Mo. When you were off.
Definitely was. Yeah, because I'm I'm so fucking impatient right now that I can't even see what is stonewalling me. I didn't even want to think anymore.
I know some of the controls are so jank. I almost fucking lost it when I was like mid conversation with Cop, and I fucking clicked wrong, and I went out the door, and it restarted the whole fucking loop again. I was like, yeah, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. So So be careful where where you click too, because I clicked myself right back into the beginning.
Oh God, that sucks, man. Okay.
Senior bad bits in the house. Oh, hey, me.
Senior bad bit. Oh yeah.
Hey, me.
Just to let you know, Joe, that PlayStation is dead. Okay. So yeah, that was 12 minutes. Let's go to Quake, my friends. So Xbox and Bethesda. Well, same shit now. Bethesda dropped a gem earlier this week. They said Quake's 25th anniversary remastered is out with new content by Machine Games, creators of the Wolfenstein games. And I refuse to acknowledge Wolfenstein New Blood, so just the first two. Anyway, the re-release includes enhanced graphics and new multiplayer content. So the PlayStation 5, which is really cool, because it didn't only come out on Xbox, it released on both consoles. Actually, and the Switch. So the PlayStation 5 and the Series X/S free upgrades, bringing native 4K resolution at 120 FPS, are coming soon, is what they said. In terms of the actual, the performance options and all that other shit that they said, looking for them over here because they are actually pretty cool. Right here. So 4K widescreen resolution support, enhanced models, new lighting, anti-aliasing, depth of field, original soundtrack, includes the original expansions and a new one by Machine Games, which is really pretty fucking cool, man. They made a new expansion to this game, this old game. I haven't tried it yet. We are planning on playing it later tonight, but I'm looking to see your takes because this was a really nice surprise. A lot of people thought there might be like some sort of a Quake reboot, or whatever, but in the meantime, at least like this was a nice surprise on the 25th anniversary. If anybody played it in the chat too, man, definitely drop some impressions because I'm really looking forward to what's it called, to what they do. And Game Positive, it wasn't only Arcane, it was Arcane and Machine Games, unfortunately. But you are right because that's what probably fucked it up for sure. Anyway, yeah, Kevin, did you try Quake yet?
Yeah. I played through like the first 4 levels. It brought back some memories, man. It still looks like shit, but I'm playing it on a 55-inch screen, and it's a game from 25 years ago.
Like
I think when I played it, I was probably playing it at 800 by 600 on a 14-inch monitor. So with all that said, this isn't gonna fucking melt anybody's eyeballs, but it's fun. It's fast. It was always, accredited to being the fastest game, out there. Multiplayer was so popular, and then Quake 2 hit, and that was when it really took off. The music is dark and gritty, and it's just it was a good game, man. It was a good game, and I'm excited. I think the multiplayer will be fun. I'm saving that experience for you guys. We might just quit after 20 minutes and consider it shit. But from what I played, I liked it. It's aged, right? So this is more of a fanfare type of release. Nobody's gonna be sitting there and starting. Well, you know what? No. Somebody will start a fucking league and play this for the rest of their fucking lives. But I think for most people, this is just a jump in and maybe kind of re-experience it on their TV without it looking like complete shit. Quake. I grew up with Doom and Quake and Wolfenstein and Unreal Tournament, and this just brings back some memory. I kind of hope they do the same treatment on Quake 2 because that multiplayer is still regarded as like one of the best. If anybody's interested too, I think after the show or a little later tonight, we're gonna jump on and just try it. And see about killing Mo and how pissed off we can
definitely,
make
man.
him.
Or just jump in the chat with us because it'll be a shit show anyway.
Yes, please do.
Oh, that's cool, man. So probably gonna try it tonight. Jordan, you got anything to add?
No, well, Game Pass obviously just fucking ruined Quake, so there's that.
Yeah, it did, man. Yeah, it did.
Another one bites the dust.
It's cool. I very, very faintly remember playing this on my cousin's PC again because I'm a young blood. But it's cool. It takes up the full screen. There's no 800 or whatever the hell pixels ran back in the day. it's not the prettiest thing, obviously, but it's cool. Night Dive Studios, they've been doing all these sorts of remasters of these classic shooters, and this is kind of more or less what they've already been doing.
Yeah,
and it's just a cool little retro throwback to have in the library, and even just to play in general. It's cool that they brought it on PlayStation as well. I think the arena ones are 2 and 3 are on PC Game Pass. But yeah, so we just got OG Quake on Xbox. But yeah, I'll mess around with it. A little bit of a distraction. I've only played the first 3 levels of it, and it's it's an old game. But
yeah,
I might tool around with it.
Yeah, it's not gonna fucking it's not gonna melt any eyeballs or anything. But it's cool that they at least decided to do something like that.
I did want to say there's no HDR, so you might as well just check it
out.
out.
You guys can fucking play alone. I'm not fucking playing anything about 21.
It's cool. It's cool that some people are gonna jump in without ever having played it, and just kind of maybe make the connection of what it did for FPSs, right? I mean, when you go back in history, it's some of the firsts for everything. So when you go in there, like, oh shit, hidden secrets and health packs, and it's just kind of neat to see where and how far we've come.
Absolutely.
Right.
If nothing else, boot that shit up and realize we were all staring at that, thinking it was the fucking epitome of graphical amazingness.
Graphics.
Yes.
Wow.
On 13-inch monitors, and just drooling over this shit 25 years ago. So
that's actually
we've come a long way.
Yeah, we have, man. Yes, we have. Let me see. Mike, you got anything to add to this, brother?
I like it. I mean, I like stuff. Quake is OG. I like stuff. Well, here's the thing, man. I've played Quake before and I didn't like it, and I remember being like, yeah, this is why I don't like first-person shooters because of this fucking game right here. And I played it after Halo and after certain things. But I remember growing up and having a buddy, and he had his older brother, and he was like a super smart, super nerdy, never left the house, but always had his shit together kind of dude. And he was either doing some type of schoolwork or he was playing Quake, and he'd always talk about it, and I'm just like, oh, I gotta try this game. And then I tried it, and I just remember being like, this is so ridiculously fast. It doesn't make sense to be like, it was Quake tournament, one of the Quakes where
Quake
it was
Arena,
like
probably
multiplayer, and I just remember like, you move so fast you can't even shoot these dudes, like what the hell's going on. But whenever I heard this, I was like, that's cool, and I love seeing bullets that are just straight up white rectangles with I was like, this is so old, man. I don't know, man. If I turn it on, it'll just because I'm trying to waste time or something. To be honest, but but the best thing I think is what Kevin says. It was like one of the founding father type things. So I always appreciate that kind of stuff in gaming. So
yeah, definitely, man, for sure. That same day, it was so they announced Skyrim Anniversary Edition announced
again.
Yeah, and this was announced for Series X, PS4, PS5, Series X, Xbox One, blah blah blah. So it is a 10th anniversary celebration, and this is an upgrade to the special. This is an upgrade to the special edition that came out last generation. And I thought it was fucking hilarious when people were like, oh my God, I can fish now in Skyrim. I'm like, what?
Yes.
That's such a meme, dude.
Of all the fucking things you want to do in Skyrim, you want to fish. But hey, bro, knock yourself out.
Whatever.
Anyway, so they did announce it for new and old. And this started a stir, okay, because the Skyrim Special Edition obviously came out last generation, and this one updates it. It's going to include everything from that, an enhanced version of the main game, and 3 official expansions, Dawnguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn, which we already know. It's also going to include 500 pieces of content from the game's creation club, which includes quests, dungeons, bosses, weapons, and spells made by both Bethesda and community creators. Now, this kind of like started a debate online because they said that the paid stuff is not going to be on Game Pass, even though Skyrim is, but the expansions and the paid stuff, the base game is there, but the paid stuff is not, and this obviously because you can't fucking satisfy anybody. So a lot of people were like, well, why? Why is it not? And I think it was, just more of those fucking stupid asinine arguments. But, then I had a debate with a couple people as well. And I'm like, I mean, guys, like, it's, remember, like, for what we're paying every month, I mean, you're paying $15 a month, and we keep saying, like, the best deal in gaming and whatever, and it really is, I mean, so if you're gonna fucking have your panties in a twist over a 10-year-old game, a 10 fucking year old game that you're not getting the DLC to because of this, I don't know, bro. Like, it's just, I'm like, man, you guys are just fucking reaching. This is so petty. I mean, the money has to be made somehow. Okay, it's so money always has to be made somehow, and it's okay. I mean, it's fucking okay. If you really love Skyrim that much, pay for the fucking DLC, and it's okay. I mean, because this shit has to get fucking. These people have to make their money back too.
Yeah,
I get it. I'm not gonna get into the semantics and the business fucking thing of Game Pass. I get it, but at the same time, there's always gonna be other ways to make money as well. You're getting the base game. It's okay about the DLC. Some people were talking about maybe Gears 5, because the Ultimate Edition was included at launch, and then they're looking also at like Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves, all of the DLC has been included, which is fucking awesome, but this is kind of like a double-edged sword that Microsoft is playing with. I get what they're doing, especially with Sea of Thieves, because that draws in the players, and it's been an unbelievable success for them. It worked for them on Xbox, and it worked for them on PC. Look how good the Sea of Thieves is doing on PC. But at the same time, this also comes at the expense of entitlement, because there are people who are going to assume that every fucking thing that comes out on Game Pass is going to be the enhanced version or not the enhanced version, I'm sorry, like the Ultimate Edition or whatever it is. I mean, you forget Forza Horizon 4, you get the base game on Game Pass, but you have to pay for the Ultimate Edition. I did. I mean, so that's the thing. Like, I mean, it's a precedent that I think they're going to be careful with, in terms of like why personally, I mean, even I was stunned when Gears 5 released as the Ultimate Edition on Game Pass. I was fucking shocked. I mean, it was great, I mean, but at the same time, like the Ultimate Edition is like that little extra cool stuff, like you get, like if you buy the physical, you get the Steelbook and you get to see the older games. You get Gears 1, 2, 3, and 4. You get the codes for them that are included. So to include, just all of the perks and whatnot of the Ultimate Edition itself, I thought that was pretty cool. But again, like I think that's part of that is why some of these people are so entitled and they have like these expectations. Remember, man, as good as this is, as good as this service is, as amazing as it is and what it offers you, it's still $15 a month. You can only stretch that out for so much. I don't care how rich Microsoft is. I don't care how much fucking money they have. I understand they're a $2 trillion company, but they also got to that point. They also got to the 2 trillion point by doing what they do, and that is figuring out how to make more money. Complacency does not get you to $2 trillion. So take that as you may. Anyway, Skyrim. Let's hear it, boys. What do you guys think?
Kevin. I am so fucking bored. Pass. I could care less about fucking Skyrim.
Yeah, man,
Jesus Christ, man. I know. It's just so fucking silly, dude. I'm gonna be 90, and they're gonna be releasing fucking Skyrim again. No, I'm good. I'm excited. I'll probably buy it for the 17th time.
You son of a bitch.
Play it. Yeah. And that's why Todd Howard. I am financing Todd's fucking yacht and shit right here. Okay, I'm doing a community service.
Oh my goodness. I had my fill of Skyrim back on the 360. I played several hundred hours of it, I'm sure. I could honestly care less to revisit it again.
I don't care about fishing.
I mean, I get it. It's not the best Elder Scrolls games, I would say, but I preferred Oblivion more. But at the same time, I can't see myself like, oh man, you know what? I'm chomping at the bit to play this game again amidst everything else we have coming out. But aside from that, Mike, what you got, baby?
Mike.
I think the people who are going to get into this game are people who are younger that have heard about this game from the older generations. Yeah, I was like, this is reaching too, Jordan. Okay, this is like
Yeah,
I'm trying to think, trying to think of
Scraping the
something.
bottom
here.
of the barrel.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll have a good time with it. Dude, I've tried to start that game twice over like a span of 5 years, and every time I get to that dragon, and it's like, I am just like, I'm good on this. I get the appeal, and I love that whole, like, I'm in a different world, and you can do anything and steal from this cat-like person, and whatever. Like, I get it. That's cool. I dig it, and I dig the whole Elder Scrolls lore and stuff like that, but, man, I'll give them props for being able to sell this game as much as they are. And not only that, but to sit there and be like, we need a 10th anniversary collection because that motherfucker will sell. Probably. So good on them. Skyrim's always going to be around. Is there ever going to be a Skyrim 2? Hey, there's an old woman who streams Skyrim a lot, and they put her in the game of like Elder Scrolls, but she won't be alive by the time it comes out. And that's like, she said, I'm scared about that, whatever. But anyways. Elder Scrolls, bro. Pretty cool. Skyrim's going to be everlasting.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, man. Okay. So
I'm so hyped for this next one.
yes, we are, man. Yeah, we are. So to mention it really quick, Game Science is a studio in China who 1 year ago graciously showed us their current baby that they're working on. It's called Black Myth Wukong. Black Myth Wukong came out, and it pretty much surprised a lot of people, because a lot of people were like, yo, this is some great shit. Chinese development is on the up and up, and Chinese development has been around for a long time, by the way. Like, I mean, their games are not mainstream here, but they have a ton of games that they make that are at least just in mainland China, especially like mobile gaming. I know they're really big on that too. But now it seems like they're really starting to get into that AAA space. And since Black Myth Wukong, we've been seeing a lot of other games. Like, I mean, throughout this past year, we've revealed several other projects too. There was one a couple weeks ago that was shown about the fucking Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon one where the guy runs up the trees. That one was amazing. I wish I can remember the name of that game.
That sounds badass, Mo. Whatever.
Yeah, it does. But anyway, the game looked fantastic, and it's running an Unreal Engine 5, which was a really nice surprise too. If you guys get a chance, definitely watch it. The combat looks great. The animations look fantastic. The game looks crisp. It's the best looking snow I've ever seen. It's the most dynamic snow I've ever seen. If you watch that fucking fight, like in that arena, and the snow initially just starts out as like one big blanket, and then by the time the fight is done, just the snow is just everywhere. It's so dynamic, and it just shifts based upon the movements and the fighting and whatnot. I thought it was beautiful. So yeah, definitely. I would at least check it out, but I'm really curious to see what you guys thought, because now we're looking at it 1 year later. It looks better. Feels like it. The fucking plays fan. Look how fucking badass he is, dude. It's just beautiful. And really, I think one of the nice surprises too was the fact that it was in UE5. So, Kevin, what'd you think, man? You excited for this?
Fucking amazing. Yes,
bro?
yes,
Isn't
of course I am.
Yes.
It gives me some good vibes. I'm hoping that it's everything we want it to be. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm hoping it has a good story and some sweet single player action. But yeah, for them to have this down, this Unreal Engine 5, the way they already do, is impressive. I mean,
yes.
The birds, the snowflakes, the snow, I did mention that the post-processing effects are definitely like a lot. I mean, with the swinging of the staff and whatnot, but this is meant to show off their engine, and it looks really fucking nice. So I'm super excited for it. I think we're still two years out, and it already looks this good. This might be the only fucking level they have.
I know, Mike. I know.
But yes, it looks so good. It looks so good.
Yeah, man. It's really so it looks like it's gonna be really special. Just from look at the fucking snow.
I know,
look at
man.
the snow.
we were talking about this in our private chat, and like watching this boss fight that comes up right here, just how the boss is like the shockwave attacks that these guys set off.
Yes.
Like you'll see the snow actually gets displaced by all of them, and it's it's really freaking impressive, man. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Is this like the first gameplay we've seen as far as like an Unreal Engine 5 game?
Oh,
Gears had
gameplay?
that demo, but it wasn't gameplay, right? It was
Right,
just models
right,
and shit.
right. So I think this is the first.
And then there was that gameplay demo during like the PS5. You remember that?
I know you're talking about the chick that's like flying around and stuff. That's true. That's true.
And there was that, but other than that, I this is the most polished that we've seen.
Yeah, man. This is like you look at this. This is going to be a damn Souls game. This is so freaking cool, and like I'm getting vibes of like almost like the Guardian ape right here. The way this dude farts on you and throws poop at you.
Oh, look at that wind!
Like
my wind technique, son.
There goes right there. You go. He just tooted. See.
Yeah, I really hope it's gonna be a Dark Souls game, so I don't ever get to fucking enjoy it.
I'm sorry. It's gonna be.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thanks, Jordan. But my boys are in the chat are gonna love it. Dash, Elu, we're gonna eat this up.
Yeah,
Joe,
my
goodness,
circle jerk it up.
God.
Yeah. But speaking of, also,
fire.
Yo, what up, bitch? Oh my God! See, this is that shit I skipped when I was watching it. I didn't notice no fucking fire circle. Are you kidding me? All right, guys.
Right, Mike? Right.
Bro, this is some. I was watching this shit with my daughter, and I was like, "Look at the monkey, dude!" And I was standing up in my living room, bro, and I was just doing some Liu Kang, like, "What the?" type of shit, man. Because this is exactly why I game right here. Games like this. So if I am not mistaken, this is based off the story of Journey to the West, which is like kind of what Dragon Ball Z is based off of. It's like a monkey dude. He's like a monkey god or whatever, and he like goes out on some type of journey to the west, obviously. So the snow. Let's talk about the snow real quick. Okay, so I like this a lot because if you could figure out how to do this without snow and make it like dust and like the air pressure like exploding or what have you, like you can get away with a lot to make it look realistic and have less of those weapon smears is all I can call them. Like when your weapon goes down and you got the white smear, and the white smear like still does the attack, but it's still trying to show you like animations or like ooh wow kind of explosions. Like if more games did stuff like this, like Ghost of Tsushima's leaves, like what they do on the ground, like I really like that stuff. It shows power in the physics of like the strength of like, you know, when they're battling it out, which is so cool, man. And I really like that stuff. Chinese lore and folklore is so just out, dude. It's out there, man. Like I watching this trailer got me a little bit back into Neo too. I was like, I'm gonna go finish that game. There's so much samurai shit now, and I fucking love it. That's what video games are about for me. Yeah. There's just so much good about this. One thing though, I thought. This right here, the bats, I was like, what the fuck? What the hell is this? Is this just some, like, ooh, look at my trailer transition to the next area? Like, we're loading something. I really instantly, my initial thoughts on the bat thing was like, this is some trickery bullshit. I don't really care about this. This is where I stopped it because I was like, these motherfuckers are going white dragon on my ass.
Yes, they are, bro.
I'm out of this trailer, bro. I can't watch it because I was like, I'm getting spoiled right now. Black Desert was another game coming from that area of the world that also looked really good. I played it, and I was very amazed by it. This game right here, man. This game right here, guys, is going to be... Look at that bow stab. Power pull extend, my fellas. Power pull extend. Let's go on that, man. I like this. I hope the combat like really fits well together, and I hope the upgrades fit well together. Yeah, and I hope this game goes hard, and I hope it's like semi-long, you know, long enough to get my fill in with it. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely
one word
on this one.
One word: culture.
Culture, baby. There's a lot of
colors and.
There's a lot of culture and colors in this, man. Definitely, for sure.
Oh, Dash says he transforms into bees and bats. Okay.
I believe Sun Wukong does actually have like some sort of like
cool,
shape.
man.
I wonder if it'll be a Metroidvania, maybe semi-open world where you kind of go back like Darksiders. Whoa, okay, all right. Now we're talking about this game. Holy shit, this game sounds awesome. I like it, man.
Oh shit! But yeah,
hell yeah, Diego. Hell yeah.
Ilu, I will never judge you, my friend, because now I'm gonna start paying
He's
more
talking about
attention
his
to
snow
it.
thing. He's been
Yeah,
saying
he's
this
talking
whole
about the
sparkly snow thing for
park.
months.
Yeah, he just wants snow to just be all Christmassy and
Sparkly.
sparkly, and I get it, bro. You
I
know,
get it.
solid snow doesn't make for a fun show, though. You know, we like to see snow just blow up everywhere with the combat. But I feel you, man. I get you. Okay, let me see the. Okay, let's move on, guys. Just really quick to mention it, because our final topic will be about Halo. But before that, Ghost of Tsushima, the PS5 director's cut, it finally released. It came out, did pretty strongly on the Open Critic. It got an average of an 88, which is expected considering that that's about where the previous where the PS4 version was. And as you know, this one has the next gen enhancements, and you know, it just started up this whole topic about, you know, why are they charging for this stuff? It should be enhanced for free, blah blah blah. But anyway, it's pretty good. Apparently, you know, just from the reviews and whatnot, a lot of people are eager to get back into it. The Iki Island, I know Joe's been playing it. He's saying he loves it as DLC. Some people said it was a little short, but I'm not sure. I haven't dove back into it yet. But nice, man. You know, like, I mean, we got some we got some big news this week, including this one. And Jordan, I know you were the one that was playing it for the first time,
man.
and right now the first time you're playing it is on the PS5. So what'd you think of it so far?
Beautiful, man. Like I have no previous experience with this game, so I don't know what it looked like or how it performed on PS4 Pro, but it's very pretty. I love the art design. I'm not sure what it ran at, but it's running at 60 on my PS5. Obviously, I don't know what the res is either. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to count pixels and shit.
Dynamic
The game's
4K.
Cool. It's beautiful though. I'm playing it with the English voiceovers. I like the voice acting talent. It's great. The story has me kind of hooked, which is unusual for most open world games. I think I've only played maybe 3.5 hours. I just finished the Bowman's kind of side quest. I recruited him. And now I'm heading for, I can't remember where I'm going now, but again, it's really cool. I just love how the exploration and everything is just kind of within the game. There's no waypoint beacon. There's no HUD elements. It's mostly just follow the wind and follow the bird or follow the fox. And combat isn't super challenging, but it's really visceral and it's very satisfying. Those standoffs are friggin' awesome.
Yes, they are.
And then the photo mode, you know, I posted a few photos and videos from there too. Very intuitive, very beautiful. The whole moving background thing is just really, really neat.
Yeah.
Jordan, I don't like the way you're describing this. There's not enough in there.
So you press L, X, Y.
Like, you're saying all the good shit, though, too. And I'm like, you're hyping me up. Holy shit, I need to go play this game.
Yeah, it's so good.
It is
man.
good.
Like,
it is that good.
I don't really kind of know what else to say. I'm excited to eventually get to Iki Island. I know there's a lot of content in this game. And you know, I'm kind of outspoken on the fact that I get tired of most open world games, so I don't play a lot of them. But from what I've heard from you guys and so the rest of the guys here in chat too, is that this is a really solid open world game. And as far as like, from some people have said that this is kind of the open world game for people that may not necessarily like open world games, because it's engaging, which it has been so far. Yes, Dash, I do have the default. Oh no, I do have default controls. I haven't messed with it at all. I haven't done that. I thought about putting the target lock on, but I've actually been doing pretty good without it.
I didn't think it was
necessarily.
I didn't really have a problem with the combat when I played it. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool that they at least added these options, but I didn't really have a problem with it. My only fucking problem right now is trying to figure out whether to restart it or just continue from where I was. Because
I'm continuing, Mo.
Dude, yeah, I put 50
hours
to the first island, and then I got to the second island, and I played another like 10 hours, and I was trying to be, not because of trophies, but I was trying to be a completionist, you know, in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, and what I do is like I just tackle it little by little, but then like, dude, like the fatigue set in, and I'm like, I need to stop before I resent it, you know, because I fucking loved it so much, and I just didn't want to get to that point. That's my fault. But that's my play style, right? Like, I mean, so it's not like the game did anything, you know. It's just it's my play style.
For sure.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna pick up where I left off. So I'm really fucking excited for it. Other thing too is I played it in Japanese.
Oh,
voiceover.
okay.
With
Really,
English.
Mo?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's just it
Oh.
fucking feels so authentic,
I
man.
might try
Cool.
it. I don't mind. Like I said, I
Lip
watched
sync,
a
baby.
handful of anime
Mm-hmm.
with subs, but I don't mind doing the VOs when they're good. And this has really good English voiceover.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I was gonna mention
Yeah.
that too, Jordan. Like, oh, this ain't no anime. This is
Oh, and
legit.
plus Jin's booty also looks really good. By the way, I've seen it 4 times already. Can't get enough of it.
Yeah,
It's
The
can
boy
never
does
get-
squats, Jordan. I was gonna mention that about Black Panther. Boy, thick boys, baby, thick boys, son. I love it.
Oh man,
If you want to do
This is-
squats, man.
This is all of us, Joe. Definitely. Yeah, for anybody
Yeah,
that
dude.
hasn't.
making you proud, Joe.
The music too,
Crystal
Jordan.
does.
You like the music?
I love the music, Mike. Oh my god! I was telling you when I watched that damn title card, I got freaking goosebumps. I'm sure everyone else did, but goodness
Amazing.
gracious,
You
man,
didn't
it's
know
just-
it was going to be that good, right?
I was like,
and
oh.
even like when you see it, it's one thing like from Twitter or whatever, or
Yeah.
like even a trailer or a video. But when you do it and you
Right.
go through the battle at the, whatever,
I just
and
it's kind of like beside the point, but like there's something that's always kind of always triggers some sort of dopamine release in my lizard brain. But
Yes.
when they have these like delayed title cards, when the game kind of builds up, sets the tone,
Yes.
and then boom, title comes in
Boom,
just right
yes.
there, just like that.
And you're
It's
like,
just so
oh.
satisfying.
Yeah.
So satisfying. So cinematic.
Yeah, they really went into these neon type of colors. It seemed like those
think
were the
those-
shots that wanted me to get back into it. Was the
Those look like
purple
hallucinations,
glowy-
man. I
I
think
think
I
it's a
think there's some
beautiful
type
game.
of dreams or hallucinations that are part of the game.
I
Well, we'll
actually
what Dan was
did
saying.
not like Legends how they went spiritual and
Fantasy.
fanatical. I was like, I liked the real version. If I wanted to
Uh-huh.
go fantasy, like I'd play a different like Neo, honestly. But I like the realistic. I like all that stuff. The combat, I'm 50-50 on. Whatever. It feels satisfying when
Mm-hmm.
I slice a dude's head off and decapitate him and let heads roll or whatever.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
but there is a little jank, I want to say, in the mechanics of like selecting certain like throwables and that stuff. Like, don't get me wrong though.
I have fumbled with it.
Yeah, that could been a little bit better, but hey, like, I'm good to go on it. But Ghost of Tsushima, I was like 50-50 on this DLC. Like, oh, I'll get it later. I'll just get the whole director's cut. But now I'm literally after this, I'm gonna go and download, get all the extra stuff, and like kind of have it ready to go for me here in a few days. Because I'm gonna beat Spider-Man, and maybe
Yes.
I'll move on to Miles Morales. I'm not really sure, but I'll definitely hit Ghost of Tsushima. Maybe like finish all
Yeah.
this stuff up, but. Director's cut is like a thing now. The last director's cut I bought was Resident Evil for the PlayStation 1. Resident Evil
Yeah.
director's cut, okay?
Yeah.
That was my first fucking video game. Like, officially. Anyways, I don't know. Director's cut. Cool.
Yeah, dude, definitely. I can't wait. Okay. So wait, Kevin, you didn't mention anything. What do you want to
I don't
you
need
good?
to.
Yeah,
I
okay.
want to get
You
into
wanna
this
play it?
next
Okay,
topic
yeah. My fucking
because
son, okay.
Here we
because
go.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Oh,
we
me
got to
too,
get this
dude.
shit off our
Me
chests.
too, man.
and
Me
we got to be
fucking
done with
too.
this.
Honestly, I was trying to be.
Again.
Honestly, I was trying to be courteous, bro, because I love you, But then I was hoping
Oh,
in the
no,
back
no,
of my
no,
head,
no.
I hope he doesn't
No,
say
it's all
anything
good.
else.
It's all good. It's all good. I can read it. I can read it.
I fucking love you, bro. You get me, man. Okay. All right, let's go. Last topic of the day is the best, and that is Halo Infinite. So the other day they dropped a Halo Infinite development update, and in the development update they discussed basically the game, state of the game, blah blah blah, and we all know what's been going on, right? And they mentioned a lot of things, and the biggest thing that people took from it is that Halo Infinite won't have co-op, campaign, and Forge at launch. Apparently they're scaling back the Infinite launch offerings, but they remain committed to the 2021 release for campaign and multiplayer, right? So they said they expect to deliver co-op campaign support 3 months after release. So in the second season, because every season is 3 months, and they said Forge is slated for 6 months post-launch. So that'll be probably in season 3, excuse me. But in the rest of the update, they also talked about split screen multiplayer on console will be available at launch. They already planned out their year-long post-launch content. Campaign co-op is delayed, obviously, like we said, for delayed release date. they should have something very soon, from what Joe Staten said, creative director of the game. And they're basically right now in shutdown mode. They said that the game is complete, the campaign is complete, and the core multiplayer is complete. And right now they're calling it shutdown mode. So what they're doing now is multiplayer bugs and all that other stuff. This is final polish right now, final polish mode for them. And they said, they understand, that, about the disappointment and whatnot, but they want to make sure that everything is fine. And next flight will include big team battles and 4v4 multiplayer.
Yes.
Which is pretty fucking cool, honestly. So this became an unbelievable. Yeah, I have been edging for 2 hours, man. Honestly, I wish we talked about this earlier. But this really became a big topic of conversation over the weekend, and what really it really split. It seems like I've never seen something split the Xbox community like this, right? We're not talking about console fanboying or whatever it is. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about your take and your, the takes on this itself. And I've seen them all. We've seen them all over the weekend. I've had a couple tweets that were fucking very, very annoyingly fucking, and like there was a lot of interaction with them. And why? It's just because, and it's good to have those kinds of things, because you get to kind of like feel people out and see what the perception is of what they think is going on. First, it was the fact that, there's people like me who don't really care about co-op campaign. I've never played co-op campaign. The first time I actually finished it all the way through is with Jordan and Mike, and that was a few months ago when we did Halo 5. Okay. Traditionally, I've always played the campaigns alone multiple times. Now, that's not an excuse why, right? Because you have to get the selfish reasons out of the way. When you open up these kinds of conversations, you kind of have to be a little bit, and it's hard to be objective because everybody has an opinion and everyone thinks they are objective, the way that they're looking at it. So again, this is all opinions. The way I was looking at it is, if they're sitting here telling you that the campaign is complete from beginning to end, and the core multiplayer is complete, and as we know, traditionally, if you're a Halo purist playing it from day one, you fucking know that campaign and multiplayer are the cores of this franchise. It's not just the multiplayer alone. A lot of people underestimate the lore and the rich history in this story. Okay, the campaigns didn't end at 5. 5, unfortunately, was a slip up, but the campaign is very important to Halo fans. It's very, very important. The story is very important to people. And the fact that it's done, and the multiplayer is done, and we've already flighted the multiplayer during the first flight, and it was pretty fucking impressive from what we played. And you went from people talking, praising 343. My God, these guys, what did they do? This is amazing. It was in the right hands, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, boom, fucking shifts. It shifts, and everybody just starts slamming them. First of all, a missing mode is not, and I don't fucking care what anybody tells me, that's not an incomplete game. That's not a broken game. That's not an unfinished game. What really fucking killed me is when people were comparing this situation to something like Cyberpunk that I saw, or whatever it is. Me, the lover of Cyberpunk, are telling you you're fucking insane to compare something like this to Cyberpunk. You don't know what the state of the game is. You don't know what the campaign plays like. You don't know what the campaign looks like. And yet you're sitting here saying that the game is incomplete. And then you try to throw stats at them about, here, let me indulge some people. Since some people didn't want stats. Okay, statistics for the co-op stuff that we saw. Oh, where is it? Please, God, I know I have it saved here somewhere. God damn it, I'm so fucking annoyed right now. Okay, recent. No, I'm gonna get my point out.
Dig deep,
I will
baby.
get my
You got
point
this.
out. Oh, here we
We
go.
believe in you.
7.65% of players completed a single co-op mission on heroic or legendary in Halo 5. 1.7%. 1.7% of people finished the game in co-op. 1.7% of all the players finished the game in co-op for Halo 5. Now, when you sit here and you talk about it and you make the comparisons, a lot of people said like, well, Halo 5's campaign sucked. Fair enough. Doesn't matter. It was there. According to you guys, according to a lot of people, the campaign co-op is an integral part of Halo. I don't deny that. And I also don't deny the fact that, yes, this should be included at launch. See, that's the other thing, too, that a lot of people were not thinking about. Yes, it should be included at launch. No, we are not making excuses for 343, right? It should be included at launch, sure. But does it mean that the game needs to be delayed because the campaign co-op is not there? How do you equate that to an incomplete game or to an unfinished game? If they're telling you the fucking content is complete, it's all there from beginning to end, and they're squashing the bugs right now. But because you can't play it in co-op, all of a sudden you're bitching and you're yelling and you're trashing and you're saying this is incomplete, this is bullshit, this is a precedence, blah, blah, blah. No one has higher standards for Halo games than Halo fans. Okay? This is not an elitist thing. It's the fucking truth. Nobody has higher standards for this series than Halo fans do. And for you to sit here and to say, and I know a lot of Halo fans too, man. There's a lot of passionate Halo fans too that were saying themselves, they're like, no, it should get delayed. Why? Because there's no co-op. If you're such a diehard of this series, and you know the bread and butter is the campaign and the multiplayer, you can't play the campaign alone and experience this wonderful story that you're such a big fan of? Or you can't dive into the multiplayer? Is it really that bad that you have to wait 3 months to get into the co-op because they need to fix it? There's a dime that I saw earlier, actually, that on Twitter. Halo Master Chief Collection, to this day, does not have cross-platform campaign co-op. You know why? Because it's fucking hard. And think about something for Infinite where you have to do PC, Series X, Series S, Xbox One, Xbox One X, and whatever the fuck it is, right?
Original Xbox One.
Yeah, and original, whatever. Yeah. Because let's not forget, this game is also going to the older consoles as well. But no. Anyway, I could go on and on about this, but I also mentioned earlier today that there's other games that have delayed their online multiplayer as well. I mentioned The Last of Us Part 2. That it was delayed, and some people told me like, oh, but it wasn't announced as part of the, as part of the launch. I'm like, sure, but they still announced that it was delayed. Mm-hmm. So at some point, maybe they were thinking about the fact that it could launch with the game, but it wasn't ready, so they decided to make it its own thing, right? And I mentioned GTA Online. GTA Online was delayed for 2 weeks, and it was a fucking disaster, if you remember, in the shape that it launched in. Mm-hmm. Complete train wreck. Red Dead Redemption 2 Online, still a train wreck to this day, but it's popular. Grand Theft Auto Online has more players than both fucking Last of Us factions. I said it again. Than the Last of Us sanctions or factions. God damn it. Anyway, Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? I'm so annoyed. I can't even get my words out.
I know.
Anyway, GTA Online has millions of players, and most people that buy GTA 5 now to this day, the people that are still investing into it, are not buying it to play the campaign. They're playing it to play online with their friends.
Isn't that crazy?
So clearly they were fucking successful in that. Mm-hmm. Now, yeah, you could sit here and tell me, oh, rich campaign, single player, traditionally, blah, 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 whatever. It doesn't matter. You're only, but my point is, you could argue about this in many different ways. A lot of people are like, oh, a Naughty Dog campaign versus a Halo campaign? I'm like, have you fucking played Halo games before? I understand. I get what you're talking about, production value from before and whatever it is. Yeah, I get it, but I feel like you're comparing apples to oranges here because people who really truly care about the Halo story think very highly of the campaign and the rich history itself. So I think that's a moot point, to be honest with you. But again, I'm gonna move on. Basically, I'm gonna move on to Kevin. But basically, I think that the fact that they have a finished campaign and a finished multiplayer suite that's ready to go, and they're still getting this much level of fucking pushback from people, me personally, my opinion, I can't understand it. especially for the ones that say, I want the complete game. This is a 10-year platform. It's a fucking live service game now. You will never get a complete game. You will never get a complete game. If you want to, you can wait 10 years, but you're bitching about a lack of a fucking mode, when the complete campaign is already there and ready for you to play. You want to delay it for that, or the multiplayer itself. You're so fucking hell-bent about co-op campaign that you're willing to delay the game and the huge fucking expansive multiplayer suite that's ready to go for us. I just don't understand, bro. I don't fucking get it. I swear to God. Kevin, go ahead, man. Just fucking relieve me.
All right. I will relieve you. Breathe, brother. So yeah, I've been following this, and I'm not a huge Halo slappy, but I have played all the games, and I've enjoyed it. I'm waiting on this one to really get into the multiplayer, and I believe it's going to be my main kind of multiplayer deal. I'm excited. I want it to release. I don't, I understand there were promises made, and things changed. For the most part, I think at least the people that I saw arguing, for it to be delayed, were doing it out of a place that was important to them. I did see the trolls, but I'm not counting the trolls that are out there saying, this is what Game Pass does to games, blah, blah, blah. There were some arguments from people that I respect out there, talking about how important, co-op is to them. But the statistics show that this.
What's
Hello?
happening?
Am I
don't
stopped
know.
or is he stopped?
We lose
No,
Kevin?
he stopped. I thought we all stopped. Oh my God.
I
Yeah,
heard
he
that
just
too.
froze. He froze in space and time. I think
All
he
right, hold on,
probably
we'll give him a second.
fucking Idaho internet. But
Gundelane.
yeah, I know, bro. I know. This is what happens when
Get it from the tin cans out
This
there.
is what happens when you live in Idaho, man. Yep.
He'll be back.
He got
He'll be
it.
back.
Okay, he'll
He'll
be
be
back.
back.
He'll be
All
back.
right, so he will pick it up. But Jordan, I
Yeah.
know you.
What a cliffhanger.
I know, right? He freaking Halo 2'd us right there. There's silence in Kevin.
He said he wasn't a fan. We're like, get out of
We
here.
had to ice his ass.
I almost don't want to say anything because when he does come back in, I don't want to lose his train of thought. But
Yeah,
man,
right. I totally feel you.
Yeah, I know,
almost
man.
don't want
But
to.
look,
Mo, you
I
okay?
can. Yeah, man. No, it's just I got so many different takes today in my post, man. Honestly,
you
and
said skip. You said skip.
there was a lot of other great takes, and I get it. I understand. But that's the thing. Like I'm gonna get to you, man. I can't believe I just couldn't believe that you've all been waiting for this game to come out, and it's not a sense of, hey, it's okay, fuck it, they'll fix it. We shouldn't accept these types of we shouldn't accept these practices anymore. But like, I mean, if they're transparent, you're mad.
Yeah.
If they tell you that something is not going to be there at launch ahead of time, you're mad.
Right.
So,
Kevin just messaged me, so he said to just skip him.
Okay.
I'll just chime in before you stroke out. But so yeah, I played Halo CE cooperatively with my brother back on our local co-op on my Xbox back in 2001. Fantastic experience. It wasn't an integral experience for me. I've played every single Halo since then. I've played the campaigns numerous times by myself, numerous times cooperatively. But again, what I always go back to when I think about, what I'm going to play. If I play Halo, I'm playing the multiplayer. I'm playing PvP. You're absolutely right. The core game is essentially complete. I posted a tweet the other day when they say, a finished product can be two things. It can be it contains everything, all the intended content, or it contains fully functioning content. So I understand where they're coming from in terms of wanting to release this down the road when they iron out, all the save states and drop in, drop out, and all that. Because, like you said, it's not an easy task. We've known since July of last year that Halo Infinite is a platform. So like to your point earlier, it's going to be continually evolving, and in that sense, it's never going to be a finished game. So, but again, in that regard, it makes sense. It should be okay that they're releasing this. I wouldn't even call it a mode. It's more just like a feature of campaign later on down the road. It's not an integral part of it. I've seen some takes as far as people likening it to purchasing a product piecemeal, right? Someone said it's like purchasing a car, but only you get like a portion of it. So I think that we're making some kind of mental leaps here. People also blaming Game Pass as this is sort of setting up as if Game Pass is setting a precedence for live service games.
Fucking ridiculous, bro.
There's just it's crazy. There's so much reaching, and then people are saying it lowers the standards of games. You know, and this may be a reach on my part, but you know, people buy unfinished games or games that are still in development on other platforms all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, like I said, the game is more or less complete. It's not going to affect me. And again, the stats don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a high enough player base count for them to prioritize it enough to say we need to stop. Need to wait to release this game.
Mm-hmm.
I think the team has put in a shitload of work towards after that backlash from last year, and I think we're all ready for this game to come out. And
Sure,
and it's gonna blow us away. But
sure. Yeah,
that's all I really got, man.
Yeah, I got you,
I'm
Kevin.
just so sick of it.
Hey, can you hear me?
I know
I got
you're
you,
sick
brother.
of it. I know you're sick of it, Jordan. Because like, yeah, we've been talking about it, man. It's been and that's the other thing too, Kevin. I want to get to you so you can finish your thought. But yeah, this whole thing as well about, you know, giving the developers a pass, or hey, it's the Game Pass culture. It's like, this has nothing to fucking stop
Not at
fucking
all.
being
Not
so
at all.
obsessed with a service. Talk
Mhm.
about the fucking game. Talk about the developer. It's not about the fucking service. You think 343 are thinking about the fucking service? I don't fucking care, bro. They want to finish their fucking game. You know, like, I mean, so this isn't all about the service all the time. Like, people just look at everything through a fucking tunnel. It's so pathetic, man. Has nothing to do with it. On top of that, they themselves, you know, like, I mean, and why did I say this service thing is because that doesn't mean that because it's a Game Pass game that like, oh, it's okay, they'll fix it later, blah, blah, blah. This is ridiculous. First of all, I don't believe it. Okay, this is not something where it's a Game Pass game. This is Halo that is going to be available on Game Pass. You know, like, so just so we can put it out there.
Correct.
You know, that's one. And two, yeah, the two are completely unrelated. We're not setting a precedence, okay? You want these motherfuckers to crunch and to do, you want these motherfuckers to perform miracles that even Jesus would be shy of, okay? But then you want to bitch about crunch. You know, you want to talk about transparency, and when they're transparent, they're fuck them. They didn't give me campaign co-op. Like, at what point do you guys, like, honestly, like, I mean, at what point do you kind of like give in, you know, and just say like, all right, man, let's see what they got. Some people are like, oh, they don't deserve the benefit of doubt. I'm like, but why? I'm like, I understand that. I'm like, they fucking fixed Master Chief Collection right now. It's probably the best fucking collection of games that you can buy or you can play.
Yep.
You know, I mean, yeah, sure, it launched in a shitty state. This was years ago. It was years ago. They recognize what they did with Halo 5. Halo 5, from a gameplay standpoint, it's the best one. At least I think so. For the multiplayer.
Yeah.
The campaign, not so much. Obviously, we know. Mechanically, the multiplayer was amazing. It was incredible. You know what I mean? But I like to believe that these guys had all these years and they know exactly what it is that they're doing and how they're going to improve it. And here they are. They're about to show us, you know, the fruits of their labor. And yet people are still fucking mad because there's no campaign co-op. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, you know, I'm sorry you can't fucking play it with somebody. But if you care about the story that much, you know, I mean, you can fucking play it alone. And this is where I try to separate that whole thing from like selfish, you know, like how I feel about it from a selfish perspective because I don't care about co-op, right? Versus the people that actually do. And like, I feel sorry for them from that perspective. Like, I really do. But at the same time, my opinion is you do not delay the game if the game is complete. And if your opinion of a game not being complete is because it's missing a campaign co-op mode, then so be it. We're not going to agree. Or let's just agree to disagree. Right? Yeah. Like, I mean, let's just keep it at that. But if the game was broken, if the game was not finished, if they came out and told us, hey guys, look, the campaign is not fucking done yet. Right? Like, we need like a few more months of polish. Fine. Attack them. Do whatever the fuck you want. Oh, hey, it's been a year. The game's still not done. How dare you? Blah, blah, blah. Right? But don't fucking jump on them if they're telling us, if they're at least being truthful with you. Like they're being truthful with you. And that's at least like something we can appreciate. You know what I mean? So I don't know, bro. Go ahead, Kevin. Fuck.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You're good, brother.
All right, good.
Floor is
My
yours.
shit's all fucked up. Okay, so I was just gonna end my point. Really, I know I left you guys at a cliffhanger. I think a decision was made, man, and I think this is the best thing that they came up with. Right? It's a company. It has deadlines. It's under immense pressure to deliver this game, right, for the holidays. Already had a year delay on this fucking thing, and they're leaving out co-op because they looked at these stats. You know they did, and they're looking at polishing off this game, probably tying up some loose ends, making some adjustments to achievements. I mean, who knows, right? But they want their core game to be ready. And they just decided that this is it, right? There's going to be collateral damage. There's going to be that percentage of people that are going to be pissed about not being able to play it with their friends right at launch. Right at launch, I say that because you will eventually be able to play it. And then these what ifs spark, and it's crazy, man. You can what if down a river. Right? You can what if it's not 3 months? What if it's 6 months? What if it's 9 months? What if it's a year? What if it's 5 years? What if it never comes out? What if I'm never going to be able to play co-op? What if my wife doesn't love me? I mean, you can what if this shit down Shit's Creek, man. And it's interesting that it divided so many people. And I really hope that it's coming from a genuine place and not just for the sake of being a contrarian. This is going to satiate the vast majority of Halo fans. You're going to get the multiplayer. You're going to get, the deep story that we want. We're going to know where Master Chief is, what he's up to, what Cortana, what happened, what's with the new AI. I want to know all this shit, and I want it soon. There's not going to be another year delay. There's not going to be any more delays. They're going to leverage that live service, feel to this, just like Destiny, and they're going to go forth with this. So I think it's better to just get an extra therapy session or two, talk it out, let those
Long
feelings
journal
come
entry.
out. Yeah, get
Yes,
yourself a diary. Journaling is very
Hell
good.
yeah.
It's very therapeutic.
I journal.
Yeah, exactly. So do that, and just fucking get on with your lives because game over, man. It's coming.
Yeah.
Well,
It's coming. They're committed to the date, so it's not going anywhere.
One thing for me is that, like, as not such a big Halo fan, but I still fucking love it because I played through all of them months ago, man. And remember, Jordan, when I first got Game Pass and we were downloading some game and I was like, this kind of goes to the DLC coming with Game Pass. Like, okay, cool. But with Halo, okay, so as not being a huge fan like you, Mo, or Jordan, when I heard the news of no co-op campaign, I was like, that's fucked up. Straight up. I was like, that's fucked up.
Okay.
But as a consumer, I will still buy it day one. I will still play the campaign solo, and I will do all the things that the game allows me to do. Kevin mentioned a good point about seasonal sales. You don't want to delay it 3 months after Christmas. I'm sorry, you just don't want to do that. Everybody is shopping for Christmas. They're shopping for little Timmys and big Timmys and all the kind of size Timmys, you know what I'm saying? And Halo Infinite is on that list, man. It's on Santa Claus's list. They're not going to delay it 3 months for a mode. Kevin's hitting all the good points, man. This is a company that probably they got people crunching numbers. They got people looking at the internet and all this. Like, honestly, it's way over my pay grade. Let's just say that, okay? But there's no doubt about it that these people are trying to figure out the best way possible, It's fucked up. It is fucked up. And you can express how fucked up it is not to release one of those, like, dire modes. But I don't think it's as far as, like, hey, I'm going to disrespect who you are as an individual. I'm going to be that type of person out in the space of, like, the world, man, And, like, let's be real, dude. This is some gamer fucking problems. that people just take way overboard.
Way
overboard. Yeah, way overboard. I know they won't do this, but I would motivate them to go to 343 Industries, go get a Rice Krispie treat and give them to the workers and the devs and be like, let's go, buddy, you can do this. Like, if you really give a shit that much about it, you know what I'm saying? Have discourse about it, have dialogue about it. I think that's all great. I think opening people's mind to what are potentials, like what could happen, what could be happening. And that's, I mean, you're doing detective work in that sense. If you really want the truth, you got to go back, see how they've been, see what is going on. Mm-hmm. You got to know how a game is made. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't work in the industry, so I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? But let me get on Twitter and tell people how fucking retarded they are or how stupid they are. You know what I mean? Like, that's where it's like, like I like receiving information and knowledge to have a better understanding of circumstances like this. Like, I don't really like to be like, oh, 3-4 Industries, like, what incompetent devs. Like, it reminded me, and I knew this was bad because this is where I go when it gets this bad, like with gamers and stuff. If you think this Halo thing is bad, try being into movies and try being into superheroes and comics. This shit is an everyday type of thing. Like, oh man, these writers, like, what is this actor thinking? Like, blah, 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 blah. And it's just a constant thing, Like, I do appreciate the intellectual dialogue about it. Like when you got somebody on the inside sourcing out certain knowledge and things that are needed. Like it's an experiment pretty much when you're making a game. I'll always mention this in the God of War documentary. They say it's like building a boat as you're like sailing the sea, man. And they're trying to make all the best moves. I don't think what a major company is doing should allow you to like falter in your personality. That's enough on that. As a consumer though, I do think it's fucked up. I'm going to buy it day one and I'm going to enjoy the shit out of it. And I can't wait for it because I haven't really been on my Xbox lately except for Hades. And I'm looking for something to keep, like, put the rotation in, get that grind going, multiplayer, open world, all that shit. Who mentioned the whole different platforms? Was that you, Mo? Yeah. Another excellent point, man. And it's like, no, delay it. No, I don't know if you
Master
understand.
Chief
like,
Collection doesn't even have online. Like I was saying, like, I mean, it.
Yeah, even the online for Halo 4, I think, Jordan, was a little like has lag still.
This is also cross.
Right, so it's like, so it's like there's known issues for this kind of stuff already within the older games, but it's a big surprise when this doesn't come out. Yeah. It hit me, and I was like, oh, that's fucked up. But then once I kind of started to understand certain things, but now if they went about it like this, and they were like, yo, here's the game, it's released, and then 3 months later, you get the multiplayer campaign expansion. And they spun it like that instead of being like, oh, yeah, we can't do that. Like, that'd be cool. Whatever. I don't know, though. But anyways, like I said, I'm not in the industry, so I don't really know. But I hope the best for 3-4 Industries, just like I hope the best for that shitty game Avengers and all the other shit that I play that everybody like just has a freaking problem with. Like, whatever, dude. Like, it's okay, man. You're here to play games to enjoy them and not to be like emotionally distraught about, And I feel like the level at like how it got just says what Halo is to people. You know what I mean? It does mean a lot. And I like the passion and I like the fire. Like, just tone down the disrespect, you know what I'm saying? Between like, like, hey, it's okay to roll over and be like, you know what, bro? Agree to disagree. You know what I mean? But it kind of does ask me, sorry, I keep going here because I've had a few things to like to think, but like, are we opening up certain games to be like, well, Halo Infinite didn't release with the multiplayer mode. Like, maybe we could get away with it. I understand that, man. That is some good level-headed thinking, I think, because Red Dead Redemption was a example. I bought it solely for the co-op. I did. And I ended up being like, okay, I'll just wait it out, play the campaign. I enjoyed the shit out of the campaign. I'm gonna like it all happens for a reason. I'm a big believer on that you should play campaign mode solo any fucking ways.
Yes.
You know, at least halfway through a little bit instead of you're sitting there with your friends like, how do you do this? What do I do? I do not like that. I'm sorry. I am not a big fan of that. Like, so every game that is multiplayer, like I'm always going to be like, play 2 hours of it first. Like, let's get all that, what do we do kind of shit out of the way. You know what I mean? But I do think a lot of people are blowing this. See, and now that's another thing. Sorry, I'm getting a little philosophical here. If it wasn't for social media, it wouldn't be nearly as big. But you know those content creators who thrive off of hate, thrive off of toxicity. They're like, oh, like look at this, like
Not in Halo.
yeah. And you know what I'm talking about, guys. You know exactly what I'm talking about. They're going to spin this shit so much, and they're going to love it. And people are going to eat it up, and they're going to be like, yeah, like, I don't like that Halo 343 Industries. What are they thinking? Oh, my God. And it's going to be, dude, and it's like that. That's just the belly of the beast, man. That's just the way of Mother Nature. It's inevitable on how that's going to happen because social media has spurred, like, that negativity because that's what's popular. Sex sells. Hate is right behind it, man. So
yeah, it does.
But
that is
yeah,
very true. Sex sells and hate is right behind it. That is so fucking true, man. That is so true.
unless if you're hate fucking.
But yeah. Anyway, man, look. My personal opinion is, and this isn't to sound like an asshole or yeah, you know what? You could fucking take it however you
say
want.
like it is.
Everybody bitching about this is going to play this fucking game day one. Just saying. Okay.
They're gonna forget.
And they're going to forget. And then even after
Because they can't miss out on those hashtags Halo Infinite tweets whenever, at 12 o'clock at midnight. Like, oh man, I've been playing it for 5 minutes. So
it's
fucking
okay.
incredible. Really?
Honestly, man, my whole thing is it's okay. You're not playing an incomplete game. You're not playing a shit game. You're not playing a broken game. Okay, you're playing a complete game. So I'm sorry that it's missing a mode that you are very, very, very uptight about. But I promise you, you will be playing it come day one. You will be playing that multiplayer with everybody else, and you will enjoy it just like we all will. And the next flight, remember, the next flight has big team battles and 4v4. So let's see how people's.
Oh my God! I cannot wait! I cannot wait for that. Oh man, no, multiplayer mode on campaign. I'm fucking out of here. Jordan, you got something to say?
The mood around Halo is gonna go from here, way up here once that next flight comes back out.
Flavor of the week, baby.
Like
flavor of the week.
Not to belabor, but like you were saying, good point. I'm glad you talked about the dev thing, Mike, because there's been discussion about people talking about this game was so mismanaged. We need to think about restructuring.
How do they know? How do they know?
Exactly.
Are they the food truck over there at 343 Industries handing out burritos and being like, "Hey guys, how you doing?"
Dude,
No, they're not, man. No. This is the same shit, dude. The same shit I had with Avengers. The people are saying the same about Halo, and that's why I already knew. I was like, I am not even going to get into this, but obviously I'm already fucking into it. But dude, this is the same exact stuff. Like, oh man, Marvel's Avengers team needs to like do this better, and it's like, well, why don't you go apply for a fucking job then, bro? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know that's one of those like cop out type of answers, but let's go, people. Think about shit for once, man. But look, dude, whenever it comes to having logical conversation or like getting my rocks off on disrespecting somebody, humanity will always pick the latter. I'm sorry. That's so fucked up to say. I feel terrible saying it, but they will. They will. They won't take a step back and be like, all right, let's see what they got. Because I got to wait 3 months. I don't have the patience for that. Anyways, sorry. Okay.
We good, baby.
Yeah. No, I get you, man. That's
do we all feel better now?
I'm definitely gonna.
I do actually.
We all feel better now.
Thanks for asking, Jordan.
Mo's gonna sleep good tonight.
Yeah, he is. He just
I probably will, man. I probably will. This was
therapeutic.
Yes.
I just don't want to fucking talk about this anymore. I'm done, man. After this fucking weekend, and it's just Dano, you are definitely right, man. This is this is therapeutic for sure, man. That no doubt. You know what, Joe? Are you trying to fucking keep me going, man? You know, like
don't do it, Joe. He's got a heart condition.
I'm lucky. My blood pressure's still intact, man.
Took propranolol just 5 minutes ago.
Yeah,
he needs a nitroglycerin.
Jesus, no, thankfully not yet. Anyway, man. So yeah, that was it, guys. That was the last topic of the day, and I know we went over the 2-hour mark. And anybody that is with us, we appreciate you guys. I know we
For sure.
this was definitely something that we wanted to talk about and get into, and I figured it would probably be best at the end to save it. But thank you guys, everybody. You know what, man? No, wait, not this. I'm sorry. He's like, I couldn't hear Moser at
Just pat yourself on the back. Oh shit! Can you go again though?
No, seriously though. Thank you guys
What'd you
for
say?
being with us. Another great show, another great week. I'm sorry that sometimes we have to actually bring up the negative shit that goes on, but that's part of what makes these conversations great. Without the discourse, it's kind of like a one-dimensional fucking show. So anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for joining us and being with us, and appreciate you all. What the fuck is so funny, bro? Why are you laughing?
Everybody's naked.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Everybody's
Yeah,
naked.
That's what you
Oh
should.
wow, Dash is naked. Oh, here we
Yep.
go. Okay. Oh,
That's
wow.
why I was laughing. So
I have no idea,
apparently
man.
it's a thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well,
Oh
in
yeah,
that case,
It's like backlog and chill.
backlog and chill for real, man. But yeah, dude, guys, everybody, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate
everybody.
you as always. I always
Yeah.
get sentimental at the end, but you guys are probably the fucking honestly biggest reason why this is always so fun every Sunday. So thank you for being with us. Can't say it enough. You guys got anything else to say, boys?
No, sir.
no, we went
Yeah.
a little bit over, but again, it had to be said. Again, we
Yep,
had to get all
therapy
this shit off
session.
of our chest. I've been avoiding this conversation for days just because it just
Yes, you have.
it just bugs the hell out of me so much. But
Mhm.
again, I got better things to worry about. But yeah, guys, thank you all for being here. Brad, I fucking love you, man. Kevin, good seeing you. And
Everybody,
yeah,
man. Kevin,
shit.
Leo, lady.
And I will just
Unplugged.
quickly close out with don't forget,
Diego.
guys, Twitter is a
Dano.
very small piece of gaming. Like the
true.
people in Twitter, like there's so many other places to find out gaming. Reddit, like Facebook, they're just Twitter is very small, you know what I'm saying? And if you ever think you're stuck in the world of Twitter, bro, go to a different platform. That's all I gotta say. Very easy to find other type of respectful people out there. But anyways, yeah, guys.
one last thing.
Oh, what's up, Jordan?
What's that?
In case you guys haven't already, consider liking the video and subscribing to our channel.
Oh wow. Oh.
First time I've said that. It feels
That would
weird.
be triple
like
S
that.
sexy,
Sorry.
baby.
But
I'll
it's
work
going to
on
help
that.
us.
I'll
It's
work
gonna
on
help
that.
us.
I know.
We need subs so that we can give you
Yeah.
guys more content because we're
Seriously.
all going to be homeless here soon.
Yeah, we like doing this. We like doing this, but only so much. And at this
Yeah.
point, it's like, it's not even fun anymore. I need some money for this.
Yeah, it's really digging out for my resources
Like,
here.
No, don't like. It's fine, man. But we
That's right.
appreciate it either way.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for being with us, guys. Seriously. For me and everybody else, I don't know about that, buddy.
Papa. You're the best.
This is a fun space for me and all you boys and girls. So
Yeah.
that's how it's gonna stay, my man.
Right.
But anyway, thanks, Papa. I appreciate you, man. You and everybody else. All right, guys. Me and the guys, thank you, and we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully with less discourse. So.
Amen. Have a good one.